Hi, everybody. Welcome to New York by Night. Cameras are a little wonky right now because we had a bit of a late joiner. We'll get that fixed in 1 second. But to get us started, this is episode 3 of our second season. And I will do a little bit of a wrap up of last week's episode in a minute, but let's go around and talk to everyone as I fix these cameras. So let's just go ahead and start with Felix, who we can see a little bit of his beard and his jacket. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Felix.
Oh, oh, right, because the things. Gotcha. I was like, I thought I was on camera. Yes, I am not Roland. I am Felix, the Tremere. I think they're doing this right. All right, so I think last time, I had some fun. Mostly, Roland opened up on a Tuesday, his bar, so I had a little private time with Lizzie. Um, I didn't wake up afterwards though. We had too much to drink that night. But I'm actually really curious what to do now. I mean, I need to figure out what Roland and them are doing. But knowing me, I could just suddenly show up at a graveyard again too. I mean, why not? Call Maria.
All right, next we'll have co-snarkist Ike Rogers. Talk to us, Ike.
Hey, I'm Mike. Um, I'm not doing too much, just looking for a little bit of trouble to get into. I need my money since unfortunately Vinny didn't come through. But that's okay. We'll figure that out next time. But now I need some spare scratch, so maybe I can talk to a couple people about getting that. I'm sure Claudia will only do my cell phone bill for a couple hundred years until she kind of gets tired and she's like, "You're grown up now. You have to have your own, and better just cut that one off ahead, I think."
Good plan. Next we'll have Modi answers as Nate Ward.
Excuse me, who? There is no Nate Ward. My name is Sean Malcolm. No, that's a terrible name. My name is I'll get back to that later. Um, so I assume that you're here. You actually do understand I'm Nate Ward, but recent information has come to me that I probably shouldn't be myself out in public these days, as somebody from my past, who knows who it is, has caught up with me, and so I've decided to lay low a little bit, so I'm currently working on a new face and ironing out the name. But at the end of the day, besides working on a new face and some other things, main thing that I have going on in my life right now is working with Roland to beat the ever-living shit out of a bunch of Setites. And we have a trap that we've laid for them coming up here in a few days at a party that Roland is hosting in his club. So hopefully everything goes according to plan and we can finally bring some justice.
Next we'll have Elvish Dame as Kim Brown. Tell us a little bit, maybe, how you feeling after last week.
Oh, God damn it. Okay. Kim had a little bit of a rough day, and she basically had to feed from someone before a couple weeks ago, where their memories showed up conflicting in her mind, and it just was very, very rough emotionally, because one was like a man who had a granddaughter and like had a very good relationship with like his little granddaughter, and then the other one was a junkie that was ODing on all kinds of things and had seen so much violence, and the two memories juxtaposed together just kind of really drained her emotionally. She went home and then slept and then came back to work, and her sire was just kind of in her face about not basically don't hang out with your friends anymore is basically what he said. So and that she should be focused on her work, and he didn't just sire her to like goof off or whatever, and then it just kind of like, after already being kind of raw emotionally, kind of wrecked her a little bit. So she called Angel, and then she and Angel had a conversation about like how sires are supposed to behave, and Angel got very angry when he learned that that Kim Sire at her original turning had just locked her in a room with a dead body to see if she would drink from it as her first feeding, which she did, and and he kind of lost his shit and wrecked the morgue a little bit where she had been working, and it scared her. But he calmed down and he kind of helped her like pick stuff up, and she like actually hugged him at the end, which she doesn't like touching people ever. So that's a thing. And now she's really afraid she's going to get in trouble for the wrecked hug. She walked forward and put her head on his shoulder, and he kind of like patted her back. But still. So yeah, that's where we stand with her.
Right. And then, so Zabani as Angel, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm still kind of angry, but like I got most off of it, you know. Definitely gonna have some words with Dr. Fargus. Like, definitely gonna have words. Though I did promise her that I wouldn't like. I guess I think attack him is the promise that I made. Like, I won't specifically like hurt him necessarily. I don't know. All I know is I'm gonna have some words with him. But I probably should calm down first because I can't actually guarantee I won't hit him right now.
And
But basically what she said.
yeah. And last but not least, Super Chocolate Bear as Roland Jacobs.
Well, last time I had some time to spend with Felix and Clementine, and I feel like today I have to spend some time with Setite allies to try and get in smooth with them to set our trap.
Perfect. So you heard a little bit of all of last week from everybody. We have Roland and Nate, or formerly known as Nate, the Brujas, still trying to get all their plans, get all their ducks in order for the potential attack on the Setites at this upcoming gathering gala special event at Roland's club. Angel and Kim had a very emotional evening. Angel got to understand exactly what Kim's sire was like. Kim realized just how bad it was, seemingly maybe ignoring it all. Ike has some errands to run. He didn't get much done last game, but he has some interesting things in plan for tonight. And Felix is, as he often is, the wanderer. Just kind of wants to see what's going on and where he fits in it all, and if he should run away because he doesn't like when things get a little too jihadi. All right, let's get some music going real quick. Let's go with this for now. There we go. All right, so let's actually check back in with Ike, who last game had been speaking with Big Dog, one of the bouncers, sort of lookouts for what is known as the Black House. It's a area owned, or a large building owned by the Setites, and it's where they do some of their more on the street business. People come and go, pick up their drugs and or other paraphernalia, pay off the big guys, and head on their way. Ike has been friends with the guy he nicknamed Big Dog. I can't even remember his name now. I think it was like DJ. And was asking him about if there were any jobs, just to get some extra scratch. Ike is also waiting to hear back from Vince about his potential winnings from the race that he bet on. What's that?
No, he lost. He told me I got nothing out of it.
Right. Anyway, all right, so I did hear back from Vince. Got that all cleared up. So he was just talking to Big Dog, seeing if there was any other jobs he could get done. Big Dog said he would see what he could find, although there were some riffraff using their corners that he needed cleared out. Otherwise, Ike does have a couple other things he was looking into. So at the moment, Ike is in northwest Manhattan. Very close to General Setite territory.
Neato. So I think I'm going to just kind of take a stroll around. Maybe if I see any of my homeless peeps that I know, ask them if they've been getting any trouble from any like groups in the area, stuff like that. Try to figure out a sense of where these guys are that are making problems, and go have a nice chat.
Sure, go ahead and give me a perception streetwise roll.
That's not how that works.
Nope.
Except what it fucking is.
Wow.
Woo!
Well, there goes the good rolls for the night.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Shit.
Ike,
I'm in
you
trouble
little
now.
shit.
Yeah, we could all safely blame Ike for any botches we get now.
Yeah, we're playing World of Darkness, and you already got 2 natural 20s. Like,
How?
That's all the luck.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. So you got 6 successes. Alright. So, as Ike goes wandering around the Setite territory, and even just sort of around the outskirts, he does spot a couple of his contacts. What exactly would you be asking them? Or you can even ask them directly if you want to speak to one of them.
Not specifically because none of them have names or fleshed out characters, but it's literally just, hey, I heard the set are having some problems with people around here, and I want to see if my friends, the homeless people, if they're having any specific problems themselves with like people harassing them, abusing them, trying to steal from them, kick them off corners, that kind of crap. Emphasis in my voice would be more on the anyone giving you problems than the set problems. The set part they'd realize was like a secondary goal.
Okay, so you come up and you find a younger woman, maybe like mid-20s. You do actually forget her name. Ike's not all that concerned as long as they stay loyal and help him out. But you remember her by the way she looks right away. She's got very short, messy, greasy kind of hair. Looks like she probably cuts it herself with a pair of dull scissors. Just like as extra bit of like layers of clothing since it's still kind of late spring. There's still some cold days up in New York. There's like fingerless gloves and some boots that the heels are actually starting to come off of. She's sitting, with her little homeless pile of clothing and scraps she's found, a bag of aluminum cans kind of tied up. And she sees you coming and just gives you a little bit of a head nod up.
Gonna nod back and like I said, walking over.
Wait, what?
Give me a head nod up, like to look up.
Yeah, like just recognizing you.
Yeah. So do you sorry. Hey, I was wondering if there was anyone around here who might be giving you some problems?
She gives a little bit of a head turn, kind of checking the area, see who's around, and also nods toward the concrete for you to sit down.
I'll have like a little bit of look on my face, like, fine. And then I'll sit down.
After you sit down, she's gonna turn her head to you and a little bit of a cough. Yeah, there's been some guys I heard causing some trouble for some of the usual pushers around here. They haven't really given me much grief, but I don't really like them. They're they're not as respectful, those of us that live out on the streets.
Do you know where they came from? Are they part of a group or just some new upstart gang?
I just know I don't recognize them, and when I saw some of the regulars around here talking, it sounded like those might be the guys. They do seem to wear pretty similar like black bandanas. I'm sure it's probably just to recognize each other. I haven't heard of any kind of gangs that use that as a symbol. But yeah, no, they've they've been around recently. It seems like the regulars don't like them.
Thank you. Do you know which way I could go to find them?
Yeah, I was camping out on Jefferson 46 a little while ago. It's about 2 or 3 blocks away from a regular corner. If you check around there, see some bozos with black bandanas, that might be the people you're looking for.
Thank you very much.
And are you like starting to leave?
Yeah, I'll stand up and throw some change or a few bucks if I have in my pocket.
You're gonna throw it?
Throw. If she has like a cup or anything, give her some monies.
She doesn't really have well, she's got like a little like mat where it looks like some people have thrown a bit of change, so you can set it there and she'll give you an appreciative nod, but then kind of curl up into herself, you know. Just doesn't want to be bothered by anyone.
That's fine. We're gonna walk up to the direction that was mentioned.
Right. So she pointed to the south of where you were. And it's not very far, and using, you know, the grid system, you can follow it along down to 46. A couple blocks over is where Jefferson is, so you follow along in that direction. Then a couple more blocks down, you do actually see 3 guys near an alleyway across from the corner she mentioned, and you do at least see one of them has like a black bandana kind of tied around his elbow outside of his jacket.
Okay.
One moment, Koznak needs to get a pen, and I was cleaning, so they're all in one spot.
Wait, you two are in the same room?
No. I just came over to his place and was cleaning.
Okay.
Well, that's very kind of you. Except
Someone's
that
gotta
put
do
your
it.
pens
here?
all over the place.
You know what's a really smart thing to do, guys? I highly recommend, if you have post-it notes and like notepads, put your pens as far away as possible from them so you can never write.
Agreed. I do that. It's great.
I'm now
Life
just
hack.
learning the joy of this, honestly.
Ike's about to have higher difficulties for the rest of the night.
Well, honestly, I just keep a pen in my beard.
That's she makes me cut that too. See, at every point, I'm lost. Anyway, I'm gonna stand on the not too close to them, but like, you know, a half a block or however far enough away to keep an eye on them. And I want to look them up and down. Does it look like it's just the 3 of them? Do they look like the 3 of them are together? It's like just the one guy with the bandana and the other 2 are like just buying drugs.
So you stand on the corner, giving them a little bit of a look over. It does look like they are together, as if like they're at least friends, close acquaintances. Go ahead and give me a perception alertness roll.
Well, here we go.
Had to use them all early, didn't you?
Ike is not known for pacing himself.
Alright, so as you start looking these guys over for signs of trying to tell if they're specifically together, if they are just friends, or if they look like they're waiting for it to do a deal, and you're trying to like maybe see if the other 2 do have black bandanas on them, you accidentally let yourself, you're not, you know, being too stealthy. You get a little too interested in checking them out. And the one with the black bandana on his arm, tied around his elbow, definitely notices you and even makes a bit of a show of it. He turns his full body, kind of elbows the guy he was talking to directly, and just kind of yells out across the block to you that, "Hey kid, what you like what you see?"
Can I do a couple rolls here as we walk across the street?
Sure, but you gotta tell me what you want to do.
I would like to bring out my Shroud of Night.
Alright, go ahead and roll manipulation and occult against 7.
What the hell is that roll?
It's just the Christmas tree roll.
Apparently.
Still 2 successes. Gonna spend a blood point and bring up Arms to the Abyss. But I'm going to keep them pinned very close to me, so nothing visible. They're hiding in my jacket.
Of course. So as you pull up your Shroud of Night, you create this cloud of inky blackness that even seems to pull the light from around you into this like kind of little cloud. You got 2 successes, so it's going to be about 20 feet or up to. How far do you want to spread it? Because 20 feet is going to definitely grab them.
Yeah, no. Right now it's ultra. It's like a pinhead. It's just going to spread open in a second.
All right. So
Basically, it's hiding itself in the already existing shadows because you can control it.
Right, so you have it prepared, but not out in the open just yet for them to see, and you want to pull up Arms as well.
Yes.
So that's manipulation occult 7 as well.
Plus a blood point.
Jesus.
7 successes.
I've never even seen that many successes on Arms of the Abyss. Let me make sure I have this correct.
Spoiler alert, you do.
So how many did you how many over did you max the roll by? Is that one of the ones that you can max?
It never mentioned it that you could. It just says
like
with
with awe. It's like with awe, once you hit a certain number of successes, it's just everybody.
No, but he's got 7 6-foot-long tentacles that he has basically pulled next to his body. Well, like, he can stretch them out. So, like, right now, like he said, in the shadows, he has them ready to go out. But he can have up to 7 6-feet-long tentacles that are as strong as he is.
Yeah. Well, I'm totally gonna take the whole 7. But I'm just gonna walk up to him smiling. Oh, hi, mister!
There's also a crying dog in the alley, so just ignore him and maybe try not to kill him while you're fighting these guys.
Is it just because your dog is crying?
Yes. Because he won't stop. Alright, so you start approaching these 3 that are standing on the corner, and they have their chests puffed out. They only see this, little 13-year-old kid strolling up to them. The one guy that is off to the side a little bit is just kind of chuckling to himself. He looks like the skinny, weasel of the group that gets sent out on those shitty jobs. The other one looks like he's got muscle. And obviously the one that called out to you is the quote-unquote brains of the group, it seems, or at least the one that leads the operations.
Did he say anything back to me?
No, they're all just sort of waiting for you to come up.
Oh, I did. I walked up. I'm walking toward them. I go, hi, mister! Were you saying something to me?
Yeah, kid, we saw you checking us out. We just wanted to see what you were looking for. I mean, I ain't no prostitute. Why you looking so up and down, looking us over?
Is that a pedophile joke? Are you saying you want to have sex with a child?
I said I ain't no prostitute, so what you want?
No one said you were a prostitute, sir. I apologize. I didn't mean to imply that.
He's gonna walk up and get real close, like leaning down toward Ike. I said what you want.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not hard of hearing. I just don't like your tone. I hear you're giving... Shut up. I hear you're giving my friends problems. I'd really like you not to do that anymore, mister, if that's okay.
The other two start circling your side, so now you're sort of flanked by the front and your right and your left. Kid, what the hell are you talking about?
My friends, they said you weren't being very respectful to them, and you were kind of causing problems. There's just... I don't think I've ever seen you before, and there's some people around here that like to know the new neighbors, you know?
So the skinny Weasley guy who is on your left is going to sort of flick at the collar of your jacket and say, he doesn't like us here.
Mister, I really, really don't like being touched like that. So if you could respect my boundaries, that would be great.
Oh, he doesn't like being touched. And he's going to ruffle your hair.
Don't fucking treat me like a child.
All three of them just start laughing. And even the guy to your right is actually like full belly laugh, like just arm across his stomach. Like he just loves this 13-year-old talking to him like that.
Is the guy who was tussling my hair laughing?
All of them are.
Okay.
I should clarify real quick. You are near shadows. That's why your thing is working, but they're still kind of close to the corner. They're not fully in the alley.
It doesn't matter. It's an extension. It can pierce out like a brick.
Yep.
What do I need to roll to shove a 6-foot tentacle down their laughing fucking throats and strangle them to death? No, I want to right down the throat. Punch him in the throat with a tentacle, but through the mouth, not the actual throat.
I'm gonna say, that poor dog is just so upset down the alley. I'm gonna say that I don't really need you to roll anything to do that as much as, like, I want to see if he can even, like, potentially see this ahead of it, so we'll do initiation.
What's initiation again? D10
Dex,
plus?
It's your dex and wits added to 1d10.
Yes, skinny guy.
Alright, so you actually have the same, initiation. Just go ahead and roll one more d10.
8. So just one of the tentacles is gonna like shoot out from under my the collar he flicked, and just pin right into his throat and like start forcing its way down. And yeah, however much hurt that puts on him. And I'm just gonna start laughing, just maniacally cackling, which I will act out in a moment. And we'll have the the shroud actually starts sucking up all the air, all the light out of the area, so it's getting much darker, like supernaturally dark. So we'll have the clouds surround us.
Alright, just to finish this kind of properly as far as fighting goes, go ahead and give me... Strength and Brawl.
Just strength and brawl?
Yes.
Okay, it sounded like you were going to say something else there.
No, I'm doing all the calculations in my head.
Just the number 4.
Huh?
You said give me strength and brawl.
Yeah, a roll.
4d10, I guess? To 6 difficulty?
Yeah.
Two successes.
Alright, so that is going to inflict 1 lethal on this guy. He's also not able to breathe, so that's just in the turn, it's already affecting him with 1 lethal, out of, tearing apart into, like, his windpipe. Basically, by next turn, if you don't pull it out and he doesn't get to a hospital in, like, a couple minutes, he's gonna be dead. As this happens, same turn, since the other two weren't even in initiation, they similarly, but with full, like, faculty, see this happening and start to run screaming. Similarly, a couple that were walking down the other side of the road weren't really paying attention. They had that kind of blinders, like, something's going on in the other corner, I don't want to pay attention, but they hear the nasty, like, gurgling, flesh-stretching sound of your tentacle going down this guy's throat, look over, and similarly take off running and screaming.
We should be in a cloud. And it should be muffled sounds.
Oh, okay, I thought you did that before you pulled up the cloud.
Well, I guess I did that, but then said immediately pull the cloud to us. Because it was right next to us, but...
Okay, well that's the order you told me, so that's what I assumed, as the other two would see it right before you pulled up the cloud.
Okay, sure.
So, now this guy is enveloped in your cloud and very quickly dying.
We should all be enveloped, shouldn't we? It was 20 feet.
Oh, it does trap them, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can run out of it, but they should at least be confused. But I wanted to grab the other two with 4 tentacles, I guess.
Yes, so...
And restrict them.
Alright, are you just holding them, or are you actually constricting? Because you can do damage that way.
I'm actually constricting them.
Alright, and your strength is what?
3 strength.
Alright, you can do your strength +1 lethal damage per turn. If you are inflicting your full strength on these guys, they'll be dead basically that turn.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so, like, first sends 1 tentacle shooting down this weaselly skinny guy's throat, making him die a slightly more terrifying and painful death than the other 2, but similarly then grabs the other 2, pulls them into his cloud. The other 2 patrons down the street, as I mentioned, do see some of this, enough to send them running and screaming, but the other 2 are gripped around their torsos by at least 2 tentacles each and are constricted like an anaconda made out of the abyss.
Okay, how are they seeing me restrict these people? I'm in the shroud. There should be no more noise.
I didn't say the people on the street did. I'm describing for the audience what's happening.
Okay. I thought you said the two people were screaming, running still.
They saw the very beginning of what you're doing and just ran because it looked creepy. Way to ruin the drama.
I do worry about the whole Masquerade problem.
Yes. So, well, you know, they saw something fucking freaky happen in the dark of an alley and took off, like smart New Yorkers. So these other two are gripped by at least 2 more of your tentacles and constricted to death by, like, an anaconda made out of the abyss. You are now holding 3 dead bodies in your little inky cloud.
I'm going to drop them and book it as fast as I can after those 2 people that just ran.
Alright. I just trying to decide if that's 3 humanity rolls or 1 for 1 inflicted. Yeah. I'm gonna say 3 humanity rolls. So let's actually do that before you even get towards those people.
How do you roll humanity again?
That is your self-conscience. Just those. Just that.
Still difficulty 6?
Yes.
And roll it 3 times?
Yes. Alright, so with at least 2 of those people, you are able to feel a little guilt. You do realize those humans didn't really understand what they were dealing with. They thought they were just messing with some uppity kid on the street. The weasel guy was annoying you enough that you only feel a little bit bad. You can kind of put that one a bit past you, but you do still feel like he didn't exactly understand what he was doing. So you start running for these other 2, though, almost out of self-preservation and realizing you need to do something.
How far away from me are they?
Maybe a block, not very far.
Alright, I want to keep chasing him and try to catch, Wait, damn it. If a human goes into Roshrek, how likely is it that they will be sane enough afterwards to remember anything that happened?
Iffy. I would say it's gonna come down to that kind of person who is like, I saw something was in my drink. Like they'll put it down because they don't want to believe in it, versus the person who sees this flying UFO and actually thinks, well, no, I did see that. I know I saw it, and tries to convince their friends.
Do I have to roll again for a new shard of the night?
No, it's a full scene still, so I'll say that you can keep it with you. Well, I'd say if you go into open street with New York, there's going to be a lot of lights. Might be harder to keep it. It depends on what you're doing. They were across the street, though.
I mean, as long as there's any shadow, I can obscure it. It sucks up light, so it doesn't matter if there's light around. Son of a bitch. Okay, we're gonna Shroud of Night them.
And the dog is following you too.
Apparently, well, the dog is terrified for these people.
He's trying to warn them. Alright, I will actually need a bit of a dex run, though, because it is possible they outrun you. They are adults.
Does a 6-foot tall bipedal or like quadruped not run faster than an adult?
You know what? That's a fair enough assessment, and that dog really wants those people to get the fuck out of there. But then you would be more out in the open showing off that. And
Shit, that's a good point.
there
No.
are cameras throughout
What?
New York.
What? I'm a Sabra. What camera? No, yeah, we're gonna run normal.
That's what auto is for.
Alright, so go ahead and give me a Dex Athletics.
Four successes.
All right, as they are running away from you, it's a man and a woman. It looks like maybe probably a couple, early 30s, so maybe even married. They're actually both in nice clothing, kind of like a basic suit and dress. So maybe they were at a bar or a small party and they were just walking to more of a main street to grab a cab. The man is running away with the woman in tow, but he actually trips on, his dress shoes, like one of the laces comes undone, and he falls on the street. The woman pauses for a moment to try and help him up, but she is actually in such fear of what you are, why you're chasing them. She starts to continue running, but you catch up in time to both of them. She's only a few feet away from him.
Yeah, surround us all in darkness.
Now the sad dog is fighting another dog. Alright, go ahead and roll for that. Manipulation, occult, against 7. Now the sad dog's trying to find treasure underneath me.
It would help if I could remember my own dice pool. 2 successes.
Alright, that's plenty enough. That gives you another up to 20 feet of inky blackness.
Just surrounding her and the guy and me.
Okay, and there isn't actually anyone else on the street, so now you are all alone with the last witnesses. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna let them suffocate, but not until they're dead. They lose 2 stamina dice.
Okay. You saw that the woman looked pretty frail, so you might be a little nervous if she even has that before it might become dangerous for her. So I'd say if you hold it for at least like 1.5, you might want to pull your cloud back.
Alright, I'll do that. 1.5 until she drops to the floor, and they do have to roll to panic and flee, which I'm assuming they're already panicking though.
Pretty much, yeah. They were pretty much already there, but let's actually get that full roll in.
And I think I only had 2 success with it, so it's only against 2.
Alright, so the woman, you can feel, inside the cloud, her absolute fear and anguish, and she drops sooner than the man. The man is choking and is also in fear, but there's a little bit of a stamina holding him up. He seems like he might be trying to just, do what he can to maybe protect his wife, girlfriend, whoever it is. And eventually he starts to fall to his knees, but you can tell the woman might be getting a little too close to death.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the cloud back to just on top of me and the guy. And I'm going to, grab his legs and make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Alright, you hold it a little bit longer with the man that was there. And eventually he also, his eyes, roll back into his head and he falls over passed out.
And I'm going to take the cloud away. And book it down the street.
Alright.
Back to Daddy Darkness's place.
Alright, that is where Ike is heading. So, let's check in with Roland and Felix. You guys are still together, correct?
I think so.
Yes, I think I had rented the upstairs.
Oh, yeah, he took that chick upstairs.
Correct, and then you drank enough to kind of make you, you both kind of passed out for the rest of the evening, and then of course you would have slept through the day in the upstairs. It was Wednesday, so fine, because the club is not open. So if you're going to actually wake up the next night, let's make sure we have everyone else finished up for that night, and we'll start Thursday, which is when Roland, I meant to have Helena get back to you. I'm a little iffy if she did or not, but either way, she would have got back to you and said that she wanted to come by Thursday to see at the club a little more live and active.
Yeah, you said, yes, you said that.
Good. Okay, so let's, I want to check back with, I think, Angel, Kim, and Nate real quick. That'll probably wrap up Wednesday, and then we'll start Thursday all fresh.
Ooh.
All right, so Angel and Kim, are you both still at the hospital?
We were last. We like at the end of the last session. Yes, we were.
All right, yes. So, and I think the actual last scene was Angel placing his hand on Kim to comfort her, and Kim not really shirking away.
Yeah.
Yup.
And yeah. I mean, though, to be fair, I don't really know anything that Angel would do beyond like other than some small talk and then leave, because the big important thing that is that he wants to go talk to Dr. Fargus.
Yeah, unless
and
Fargus came down
promised not
right
to do that
now.
tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I wanted to check that you didn't want to talk to him that evening. That's right. You said you wanted to calm down a little bit first.
Oh no! Don't get it twisted. I want to talk to him that evening.
Oh yeah. No, but he would have to like kind of come downstairs. That's the problem.
All right. So Angel will probably head back to his shop, his car repair auto design shop, and Kim is left in a morgue that is in a couple levels of shambles.
They picked everything up off the floor, but like, yeah.
I
She's
think at
actually
least
not
one
sure
of your
what's going on.
tables is actually like bent in from
Yeah.
where Angel punched it.
Yep.
I maybe a small dent, but not like potence level bent in, because I rolled really shitty on my roll.
Oh sure. No, I remember
So,
about
like,
you. There's also like a bit of a
regular
handprint in one of the walls. There's a couple spots that might need some lacquering, a little fixing up. All right. But let's actually just have a little bit of a story. So Angel, just play yourself heading home.
You're in New York. You should be cursing more.
A little bit. And actually, you really shouldn't be driving. So you're gonna be sitting still for a little while.
But I think that I got on my motorcycle because she said come over, and that was my quick way.
That's right. I think you did. Alright, well, if Angel's just gonna be silent and angry. Kim,
No, I don't really like. Yeah, he's gonna be a little bit bitter and just like kind of muttering to himself.
Alright, and Kim is going to be picking up the pieces literally and emotionally for the rest of the evening. Nate, you
Nope.
were last speaking with Claudia about your need to be a little bit more careful out on the streets.
Correct. And I feel like pretty much when that discussion kind of wrapped up, Nate would have quickly just hid himself in his room and started working on a new face because, yeah, the paranoia would sit in and he would think that's a great idea.
Perfect. 1 second. Alright, are you going to stick with just, like, malleable visage? You gonna go with flesh and or bone crafting? How much playing around with that?
So I'm just gonna go with Malleable Visage. She hasn't set me off enough to go all that way. I mean, Gregory's name wasn't dropped or anything like that, so he's not. He's not turning it to 11 yet. So yeah, he'll just work on making a new mask for himself.
Okay. Then go ahead and you'll be spending a blood point, especially just one if you're only working on your face, and give me an intelligence and crafts roll against difficulty 6.
Intelligence plus medicine is V20.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm using... I have so many old rules in my head.
No, it's okay. I only remember that because I look at my sheet and look at crafts and like I have no dots and crafts.
That's fine. Yeah, no. If we went with
I
medicine,
have
that's
all
fine.
the dots and crafts.
I mean, it kind of makes more sense. It would be more biology than...
Vicissitude.
And because crafts is supposed to actually be like making stuff, so...
Blah! No successes.
Okay. Nate is a little more flustered than he thought he was. Tell me what your face looks like right now in the mirror.
Can it just be Greg? Can I just like immediately just like, I'm gonna make a new face? Greg comes up.
Yes, Nate is trying to work on a new quick change. Nothing like permanent, just something he can move up and down and around a little bit so he can go walking the streets without feeling bad. And after messing around for a little while, he looks up and realizes he just made his old Gregory face again. Do you have any reaction out loud, or are you just going to hang your head?
I mean, Claudia's probably gonna hear some just God fucking, just random cursing like that, and he's going to attempt again to work on a face and think, not Greg, not Greg, not Greg. Can I go ahead and roll again?
I would like you to roll again, but yes, it'll be difficulty 7.
I made Greg again. I just made Greg again.
So Claudia maybe hears Nate cursing again and just gently knocks with a single knuckle on his door. Nate, is everything all right?
I'm not Greg!
Yeah, okay. Are you... right? No, I know you said you didn't want to use that one again. She's gonna, like, slowly turn the handle and just make sure there's no resistance to open the door. And when she does, she's gonna peek her head and take a look at you, and she'll see that you just made your old Greg face again. Having a little flesh crafting block?
This isn't as easy as you think it would be. It just have you ever tried to make a person before?
I took a sculpting class before, yeah, and no, it was impossible. I quit that day.
I'm probably just a little flustered. I mean, I had the whole expectation that, my past was said and done, and we were moving on into a new decade of not that shit, and I guess I'm a little bit more bothered than I thought I was.
Claudia's going to walk up and put a very friendly hand on your shoulder and say, look, unless you have somewhere you have to go tonight, just rest, just relax, just go to sleep for the day and try again later. You just got some upsetting news. Of course, you're not going to be thinking straight.
No, you're right. I'll deal with this tomorrow night.
That would be my recommendation. She's going to give you a little pat, and you can see she's trying not to smile, and she's just going to excuse herself from your room.
And with that, Nate is going to curl up in his bed and go the fuck to sleep.
All right. That will wrap up Wednesday night, and we're going to get started with What's Up, Mike?
Real quick, on the way home, I want to try to find someone to feed off of.
Sure. Go ahead and give me... I always forget what the official hunting thing is, but I think it's just, like, perception streetwise will work fine for you since you're actually out on the street.
There's like a specific role. Like I would figure it's just whatever you can explain your character away is doing.
There is actually in the book a very specific role given for hunting in a city. But yes, I forget it because most times someone says, I want to go to a club, so it's going to be more about being charismatic and getting someone to let you bite their neck, or attacking someone, or finding your
It
ghouls
just
or
makes
your...
it's odd to me they even have that role.
That's why I always forget it because it's actually not something used all that often. So in this case, I was like, just use your streetwise because you're out on the street. Alright, so you got 3 successes. So you're trolling along down the streets, heading back in the direction of, Karen's apartment, where you're currently staying with your sire. And you do see, what would you be looking for?
Someone who looks like a total fucking douche. A Ventru. Like, total fucking douchebag, doesn't care about anyone else around him, maybe yelling at a woman. I don't know.
Alright, so you specifically... Hold on, let me change this real quick.
I'm picturing the dude that's wearing like the pastel button-up shirt with the short shorts that are too short, really well-combed hair. The typical like preppy dude, bro.
I want a pair of those shorts.
Be careful what you do with your hair. Ike might come for you.
So Ike's feeling a little extra kind of vindictive, wants something to really sink his teeth into and feel good about it, not just for the blood. And he goes trolling down the streets and sees a row that has some really busy kind of nightclubs, late night boutiques, little restaurants. And you see a man in his probably early 30s, has a really nice suit. You can even see the glint of his watch in the street lights, probably worth a little bit. And he actually has he's in front of a cab on his cell phone, and you can tell that he's actually making the cabbie wait for him while he just stands outside finishing his call.
Going to make sure to keep myself in between him and the cabbie, so I'm like facing away.
All right.
I want the cabbie to get a good look at my face.
The 30-year-old man doesn't really pay much attention to you. Just for sake of more description, he's got like short black slicked hair. He's got kind of sunglasses, but they're like down on the bridge of his nose. Medium weight.
I'm gonna tap him on the leg. I'm looking up at him.
He looks down at you and doesn't really pay much mind to you, continues his call and sort of swats at you with the back of his hand, thinking you're just some street urchin begging for money.
What's the roll for dominate?
Which one?
Just dominate one. Just the simple command.
It is manipulation, intimidation. Against willpower, this guy's only gonna have 4, so go ahead and roll against 4.
I don't have intimidation, so that's difficulty 5 then?
Yeah. Alright, you just have to get the guy's attention again.
I'm gonna poke him on the leg one more time.
He's gonna kind of growl, sigh, just, and he's gonna put his cell phone down by his hip for a second, look at you, and say, I don't have any money. But with 3 successes on Dominate, Command, you can very strongly suggest kind of a one-word command to this guy.
But you can slip it into a sentence, right?
No.
You see what? thought you could.
No, command is like a one-word.
Yes, but you can slip the one word in the middle of a whole string of words.
Yes, but generally like a verb in that sentence.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, hey mister, you don't think you need the cab anymore. You can follow me.
So the guy is taken over by your dominate, seems a little just blank in the face, definitely a malleable attitude at this point, and stands there in front of you with his cell phone still at his hip in his hand, but just kind of dangling there.
I'm gonna walk into the nearest dark alley.
The man follows you into the alleyway.
Does the driver or anything pull off, yell anything?
He does actually kind of yell. He's got his arm like over the passenger seat, just like, and he's just yelling like obscenities and like, you fucking. And if you wait another minute or two, he's going to get out, close the door that the man had standing open, and drive off.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for him to drive off.
Okay, he does it eventually.
Alright, well, I'm gonna feed off this guy.
How much are you taking?
How much should I spend? 3? 2? 2.
2 is safe, yeah.
I was trying to figure out how many I spent.
Oh.
And do I still have my arms of the abyss? I haven't gone too far, have I? I don't know. It's up to you.
Wait, say it again?
Do I still have my arms of the abyss, or is that over by now?
Yeah, no, you'd have to roll again. It's been a full scene now.
Alright, let's do it. Oh, no successes.
Nope, no successes.
Fine, old-fashioned way, drain them dry.
Alright, I just wanted to double check. I want to make sure I'm not actually doing the humanity thing wrong.
The what thing?
Humanity.
Oh.
Alright, actually, so yeah, the difficulty is actually 8, so we'll go back and we'll double check what you got before, because you might have lost humanity. But go ahead, yeah, you're going to drain this human dry and leave him in the alley?
Yeah, for good measure, let's I'm hoping the cell phone probably stopped, right? Is there someone talking on the other end?
At this point, you do hear nothing. They probably hung up, also being confused on why the guy stopped talking.
Shove the cell phone into his mouth, and then walk off.
Fair enough. All right, perfect. That will wrap up Wednesday night for our gang, and we will see them again Thursday night. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of break because I also want to double check this humanity thing. We're not really doing specific AMAs anymore. We're just going to chat for a little bit. If you do have questions for our characters or our players, go ahead and post them in the chat. They will be happy to answer, but we're just going to talk for a few minutes. If anyone needs to run, go ahead and do that.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not actually doing a coterie by design. We've started to build our own coterie due to roleplay.
I'll do
Kind of,
the Ike
yeah.
for Prince, right? Oh, no,
We're
no.
kind of all fact
Rolling
like
an Ike for
split
Prince.
into like 3 places though.
Best clan is Tremere. Okay.
No,
Is it,
wrong.
Best clan is Bruja. We all know this.
everyone
Fuck
says it.
you.
Everyone says it.
Except for people who are right.
Which is
Hey yo!
I don't know what
Best-
y'all are talking about. Lasombros, best bros.
I mean,
I actually
Lasombro
really
are
like the
way
Nosferatu.
above Bruja. So
Like, I
like,
really like
I will give
Nosferatu.
Ike points before I give Nate and Roland points.
So I'm drawing Angel and Kim right now, and I cannot
No.
fucking draw their fucking hands for the life
are they
of me.
hugging?
Yes, kind of.
Can you ever draw hands? Let's be honest.
No, I cannot. This is accurate.
Can Kim be like? Can one of the hands be like dipping a little bit too low to like cop a feel on Angel?
Why
That's all I
would
really
that
want.
ever? No.
There
That's-
is literally only one hand touching another person.
Yep. Also, no.
All right, I'm leaving it
not
up to
touching people,
Modi
man.
to change it. When he adds
Yeah.
capes, he needs to add a hand going lower.
Wrong. No. Modi, you're not allowed.
I think
I'm not
he-
allowed to do what? I'm sorry. What am I not allowed to do?
Ruin my picture.
Ruin it.
By
Excuse
being
me.
a dick.
I have not once ruined a picture of yours.
Yes, you have.
He's
I
only
have
enhanced
done-
them.
He has.
I'm
done no
sorry.
such thing.
I have never done such
He has
thing.
brought out.
If I'm accused of anything, it is improving your
He
pictures.
has brought out their full potential. Damn it!
No. That's
But
not
he-
how
I
this
mean,
works. You
we-
can't just draw a
help
cape
too.
on someone else's artwork and be like, look at how much better it is. It's mine now.
I'm sorry.
I think you can.
On so many things. Maybe if you included capes, you would understand.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't ever. No capes. No capes.
Wow, this deviant art page is amazing. All of these things have capes on them.
No.
Every last one of them.
Hold
None
on.
of the things
Hold on.
have
Incidentally.
cape.
Shirt man doesn't have a cape? What
Buddy.
is that bullshit?
Bodhi. There is at least one superhero missing a cape. Kitsune with a cape was the original Elveshtein with capes.
Yeah, and that was on an old computer, and I don't know where it is. I'm sorry.
Why you gotta be a punk though?
See, right?
You just put the cape on and upload it yourself. I mean, like, I'll give you the password if you want.
But yeah, I'm working on it. I got this line work is taking me like forever, but I'll get it. I'll
You're
get it
working on the
eventually.
capes?
Yeah,
Felix,
that's
you
exactly
this?
what I'm working on.
Wait,
Chocolate bear.
Was everyone
No.
talking about keeps? I've been to a keep before.
Cape Fear? I love that movie.
I have a trench coat. It's kind of like a cape, except more fashionable.
It's also kind of like a cape.
It's like a duster. Yours is more like a duster. Felix's blue outfit. Yeah. I know because I drew it.
Night Amp. Or Have Fun Lurking. I don't know what to say.
Whose idea was it for me to grow my hair out? I don't like this.
That was mine.
I don't know. Aren't you in charge of the hair on your own head?
Not really.
Well, considering they
Okay.
don't live in Michigan, yes, she is. If you move to Michigan, Kozark, you have the rights over her hair.
Doesn't Spira have the rights over Cosnark's hair right now?
I do.
Did the rates?
No.
Because in Michigan, a woman has to get their husband's permission before they get a haircut.
Are you fucking
Really?
shitting me? That's bullshit.
Yep.
That's the just correct.
This is
good,
why Michigan is a
old-fashioned
wonderful
living.
state.
Correct old-fashioned living. Go die.
Did I mention I'm from
Unfortunately-
Michigan?
Go
And,
die.
like, Michigan is wonderful. Let's just-
Unfortunately, a husband cannot make their wife get a haircut. Just have to ask they just have to allow it.
Wow.
Yes, dear. Unfortunately, you should get your haircut.
Alright, back to the game.
Hey, back to the game.
Right, so I was incorrect. The actual difficulty for degeneration or a humanity roll about losing your humanity is actually difficulty 8, so double checking Ike's rolls, he actually did fail one of them, so he has dropped down 1 humanity.
Whoa.
Congrats, buddy.
That's right, you punk ass bitch.
He was at 6, he is now at 5.
Shit.
Alright,
He was
And-
being too nice.
and now he has to roll again.
What, bitch? Can't touch this.
Shucks, he feels bad about killing the douchebag.
Come on, 1 extra humanity for shoving the phone down his throat. Bump up the difficulty. It still doesn't help. Damn it.
Nope.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna go back and yeah.
Alright, now we are beginning Thursday night, and specifically on the docket, Roland is going to be expecting Helena, at least. He doesn't know if she's bringing anybody else, but she will be showing up to the club, and Thursday night is when the club opens. Thursday night, it's not as necessarily busy as Fridays or Saturdays, but it is definitely pretty busy.
Yeah. So are we just starting with where do you want to start at in the night?
Right. Felix, you slept through the day in the upstairs, so you would wake up in the club. What are you doing?
Let's see. Well, I will very confusingly not dismiss Ghost Guy. Usually he's there. Sometimes it's Gal, but yeah, or Traumless. Anyway, no, there was no ghost because he wasn't really paying attention. He kind of got a little drunk. But I guess he's glad he can't get a hungover. But he's gonna head down and see if he can find Roland. Actually.
Alright, so you take a little trip down on the first floor, back outside, because there isn't a inside way down to the apartment, and you head to the elevator that takes you down. You do have the passcode because Roland trusts you. So you head down, and you enter into the apartment where you find Roland and Clementine. Roland might still be, like, just waking up. Clementine's probably sitting on the bed, and O'Connell and Benedict will be hanging out near one of the desks that Roland has in the room.
Bonjour. Just that's the room.
Benedict rotates his head over his shoulder and just gives you a friendly nod, and pretty much the same as O'Connell. She just gives you a half wave.
Is there anything happening today? Then I don't keep a calendar.
I'll kind of check my phone. So with what time it is, how long do I have until what's her name gets here?
She mentioned she definitely would be coming by probably a little closer to maybe like 11, so that she can actually see the club as, you know, there's actually people there. She figures, 9 o'clock, it's probably going to be really light. So she wants to be there between 11 and midnight to really see how the club does.
I have some errands later, but I don't know about the rest of everyone.
Oh, I was actually looking for you. If you want to talk, maybe talk and walk. I usually like to talk and walk. I know I don't need the exercise anymore, but
Yes, let's. Yeah, we could take a walk around the club. Let's go. And I'll get up, straighten myself out clothes-wise, and then I'll start walking up to the club, see everything's in order.
As you head out, you see Clementine jump out of the bed and happily trounce over to the two Nosferatu and just start talking their ear off. So the two of you head up into the first floor of the club. It is just getting kind of opened at this time of the night. You see your couple bartenders, Tina, Lucy, Thor, and Caleb, your bouncers and socialites of the club, are, already showing up, getting things ready, making sure everything's clean and good to go for the start of the weekend.
If I walk by him, I'll just make sure to ask him how things are going, but we don't need to dive into that.
Yeah, Lucille, as usual, her upbeat Malkavian self, is just kind of happy to see you and starts saying, a couple things about her personal life, but, you kind of just, yeah, okay, that's cool. Tina's very polite, as she usually is, but you can see just still a little embarrassment left on her face about what happened with Clementine. And otherwise, Thor and Caleb are pretty, straight-shouldered, just ready to get their paycheck.
They're there to make money. I get it.
They're loyal, but they're there to make money.
For sure. So, Felix, what do you have something you need to talk about?
Oh, not really need to, but you've been understandably so, but you seem really stressed out. So, not to go into any of that, I don't necessarily need to know or need to go into any details, but do you need to unwind?
What exactly do you mean by unwind?
I don't know. What do you do to have fun?
And he'll kind of take a second. I haven't I hang out with Clementine, I guess, but with this child and running a club, I don't exactly have time to be running around for fun.
Oh, okay, fine, not fun, but do you do anything that's, I don't know, exciting? Something that just takes your mind off of everything?
Sometimes I get in the fight with gangs that I shouldn't, and sometimes I fight with my friends, and that is the most exciting thing that happens in my life, I'd say.
Oh, well, I'm not much of a fighter, but I do know a location where those punks were that came in around here last time.
Which punks exactly are you talking about?
Let's see. It was a while ago. I talked to, it was Thor and Caleb, right? Is that the two? Am I remembering that correctly? Anyway, Felix will do that too. Thor and Caleb? They were the ones causing commotion the first night.
No, those are the bouncers. Well, yeah, they were kind of causing commotion, but with the two strangers that showed up.
No, not them causing commotion, but the ones that told me about the punks that thought they could get in. Am I using punks right?
Yes. No, you are. You are using the word punk perfectly, but no. To be honest, I don't feel the need to go after them. We have much bigger fish to fry.
Oh, I was just trying to, I don't know, make conversation. What kind of things would you want? I don't know, fight? Maybe a boxing ring?
What is going on, Felix? Are you just trying to make me unwind?
Yes.
I appreciate it. And maybe a month or so down the line, when I'm not dealing with my sire and I'm not trying to deal with me trying to be a better sire, my child just found out about Bruja and the Setite, and I don't have time for fun unless right here, right now, you want to go 2 rounds, then I don't think there's anything we can really do.
Sure.
I'm sorry, your accent is a little bit thick. What did you say?
As I'll regret it, but let's do it.
Name the rules.
There's rules.
There can be. There.
Um,
When do
I
we stop?
would rather not have my head ripped off.
Okay. Anything else? Weapons? No weapons?
Oh, I only own a shovel, and you saw earlier. I don't know, punching, fisticuff.
Fisticuff works for me. There's plenty of space upstairs in the VIP section, right?
Absolutely.
Smith.
Yeah, and then of course, Lucille actually overhears a lot of this, and she looks like she's getting a little giddy. Can I watch?
Yeah, sure. You can watch my whooping. Is that the word, whooping?
Depends on what century you're from.
That's probably very fair.
Roland will start undoing his tie a little bit and taking it off and start walking upstairs to the VIP area.
And Felix will follow.
Lucille is gonna follow as well, and she's gonna have a little bit of a sort of jaunt in her step.
Felix will disrobe. He does carry a lot of things.
It's like completely naked?
No. Like,
You mean disarm or disrobe?
Well. Let me demonstrate.
This is how the Greeks did it, right?
Oil me up.
That's what I mean. I mean, all his personal possessions are basically on that check.
Roland will roll up his sleeves a little bit. Now you are able to use magic if you like. If in fact, I would prefer it if you were able to in the middle of the fight.
Lucille grabs a chair and kind of does the thing where she spins it around and then sits so that her chest is leaning against the back of it and just watches with a huge smile.
You want me to use magic?
Chris. Yes. I mean, if I am to, and you'll kind of give a look at Lucille in the back of you, if I am to hire you for your expertise, I would like to see what you could do.
So this came from, okay, I guess it's another interview. Well, some of my magic might be a little dangerous to use.
Are we in the VIP room yet? And in the center, Spira?
The VIP room's a little smaller, but since the club hasn't really fully opened just yet to the public, there's plenty of room in the main second floor where it's mostly just some lounge chairs. You could even just scoot them a little out of the way to have a little extra floor space.
Yeah, that works. I'll start moving chairs away. When you say dangerous, are you going to set my building on fire, Felix?
Not intentionally.
Are you going to kill me?
Not intentionally.
Then fire away.
Lucille kind of kicks out her legs in excitement. It's like, should I get out of here?
Not necessarily.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll charge him at the sound of whatever that means.
All right. Let's just see where everybody else is beginning of the night before we do a big roll of initiative and some fighting. Real quick, I want to check back with the good doctor over at Mount Sinai in the morgue, checking in for work. Not that she has the song playing at work.
I was just about to change that.
There you go. That works. So, Kim, you would arrive at work. Perhaps if you don't go directly to the morgue, check in upstairs with any other place, or you just have some general paperwork you need to do. You get your evening started. But the second you walk into the morgue, you're actually going to see Tim, the twitchy ghoul that works at the hospital, twitching and waiting around anxiously for you.
Hi, Tim.
He's going to jump a little bit because he wasn't facing where you entered, and just, Dr. Brown, good to see you.
Yes, yeah, it's good to see you. What do you need? Why are you down here by yourself?
You are going to notice, after you look past him, that there are 4 bodies on the slabs, which...
Oh, no.
Of course, it's a big hospital. There's even, like, extra areas where bodies can be examined, but that seems a little heavy for your first load of the night.
Why are all 4 of these out?
And he's gonna scratch the back of his neck. They're special jobs. Just from,
4 of the 4?
Yeah. Found late in the morning, I think.
Okay.
So he's going to step back and let you approach, and he's gonna have charts set for each of them so you can start looking them over. He's gonna scratch his neck again a little bit. And the one's not too crazy. Just looks like someone got a little overeager, drank a little too much. The other 3 are
what's unusual? She's already going to them and looking them over.
Yeah, so they each had a sheet over them just because you usually have it that way before you actually start doing the examination. And as you pull back one of them, you see the body looks like crushed in 2 different places, kind of around the torso. And not that you've exactly examined a body crushed by a large snake before, but it kind of immediately makes you think of that. Yeah, there's about 2 like that, and then there's the 3rd one. And
Do we know anything? Do we have any IDs on the victims?
These 3, and he points awkwardly. We're still getting ID.
Okay.
The other one, and he points to the last body. That's the one that's been drained. We have information on him.
Okay. All right. Sure. What
You'll
is it?
see him nervously standing around the 3rd body.
What's wrong?
This one's a little bit of an extra special case. You might have a little more trouble defining what happened.
More trouble than the snake?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't do your job.
No, but you have a set of eyes, and you're not unintelligent. So what is wrong with this one?
He still kind of scratches a little bit, and just then you finally see his nervousness drop a little bit. I might as well just and he pulls back the cloth, and you see it's this skinny young man, but it looks like something had violently been shoved down his throat, and even his chest is slightly more concave because of something that had gone fully down, and you can see all the bruising and busted blood vessels and everything along his throat, and again looks like just something long and almost cylindrical had been shoved down, but looked very strange as to why there hadn't been more actual direct breakage of the skin. If it had been a large tube or something, you would expect more tears and scarring.
So it's like something was shoved down his throat and then it expanded, or Okay. Oh. Were they found in the same place?
These three, the first three were. The other one was a good several blocks away, so not sure if it's related. But there's upstairs. You know, they suspect these three might be something.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but I'll come up with something for it. Let me document what I see here and pass it on to the higher ups, I guess, and then I'll try and find something to fix it. I'm gonna have to call Nate. Okay, get out of here, Tim. Thank you. You did a good job.
Of course, Dr. Brown. Let me know if you need anything else. And he'll go skittering out of the morgue.
Get yourself some coffee or something.
Sure. Little do you know, that's already his 4th cup.
Of course it is. Okay, right. So she basically, like, sits down for a minute and kind of, like, writes down anything she can see that looks unusual, maybe try and figure out what the hell did this. She hasn't really seen anything like this ever, so she has no freaking clue. Is there, like, any samples of anything, like anything under the fingernails or, you know, anything like that?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence and medicine roll.
I can do that shit. I rolled d20s. Hold on.
It's okay.
Yeah, but
Wrong die.
Kozak still took all the.
There we go.
Alright, very good. So if you started with just the first 3, since they were related and they obviously have the stranger set of mortalities, you don't really notice anything that's when you do the initial review of their body, anything under the fingernails, anything in their mouths, if you can see any signs of blood. The first 2 that had the crushed torsos, there's definitely a lot of blood in their mouths, but it does appear to be their own and seems to be from like internal bleeding and hemorrhaging from the being crushed. As you examine the 2 marks around the chest again, heavy bruising, obviously broken ribs, but there almost seems to be like a marking that, not a burn, but it looks very strange on the skin. And you can tell it was something attacked them that was more than bruising and gives you a clue as to why they were sent down to you and not just put to a strange serial killer of sorts. And then for the 3rd body, as I kind of mentioned already, as you do examination on him, there is blood in his mouth and like kind of down his throat. And even if you like took a scalpel and tried to open up his esophageal tract to check what the exact damage was, again, it does really look like something went down his throat and expanded. Possibly something man-made, but it does look very strange, and the fact that there's no tearing definitely throws you off.
It's a little weird. Okay. I am gonna write down what I can, and I'm gonna call Nate.
Alright, real quick, since you've actually been at work for a little while, let's check in with Nate, who wakes up in his apartment. After a previous night of some upsetting, confusing news about someone from his past is looking for him, as far as Claudia has informed him, and incapable of using his flesh grafting to work on a new face, had to go to bed a little bit perturbed, but wakes up fresh on Thursday. Thursday night, anyway. Hey, Modi!
Yep.
So, Nate wakes up Thursday night.
Yep.
Anything you want to do before you get that phone call?
Yeah, I'm going to work on that mask. Third time's the charm, I believe, is the phrase.
Yes, and Fresh Night, you can go back to a difficulty of 6.
So, as I'm trying to put on a face, I just turn into Claudia. Like, that is the only answer here. I turn into fucking Claudia.
I'm so glad you said that because that's exactly what I thought.
But, like, I'm totally cool about it. So I'll walk out of the bedroom just like, good morning, Claudia, how you doing? And just like, Nate.
Claudia is going to be setting up a new desk that she got after she broke her last one. And just looks over at you and fully, like full body, just jumps suddenly like, Nate, what the hell are you doing?
What do you mean? You told me to lay low for a minute and I'm working on a new mask.
Claudia stares at you with a blank face, just wide-eyed, trying to understand what she's looking at right now, and then starts laughing really, really hard. Nate, please tell me you're not going off the deep end.
Did I do something wrong?
No, sure, this is fine, just... And she's going to, look down at your chest. I mean, fix that up. I don't need anyone thinking I'm flat-chested, and don't do anything I wouldn't.
Look, I've had a little bit stressful of a night, and... Wait, what are you saying?
What?
I'm sorry, flat-chested? Why do you think that this is the way my chest always looks?
Yeah, if you're going out, I'm not looking like that.
Your use of pronouns is really confusing me at the moment.
Are you saying that to me, or is Nate saying that?
Nate's saying that.
She keeps laughing and then strolls up to Nate and starts messing with his hair, which, if it's still in a ponytail, she'll take it down and start trying to, like, fluff it up. And I don't wear my hair like that either.
Alright. Apparently I've done something completely fucking wrong. And okay, I need to find a mirror at the moment because apparently just... This is wrong, I need to fix this. And he'll turn around and just very... animatedly go back into his room as he tries to figure out exactly what the fuck went wrong.
You can still hear her giggling from the living room.
Can I try again?
Yes, you can.
Why did the dice gods...
Punch harder!
Why, dice gods, have you forsaken me?
Jesus hates you today.
Ike stole them all.
Is this one going to be difficulty 7 or something?
Yes, difficulty 7. Kozark was asking, and so I'll say, it's funny, I was going to make you roll for your addiction, but only if you pass. I don't feel like you're going to be addicted to failing.
Well, that's a very
I got 2
specific fetish.
successes, so should I roll for my addiction?
Tell me first what you're doing with your face.
Okay, where Greg was the kind of like older hobo Nate with very just putting all the wrinkles in and everything to try to obfuscate his face. He's gonna go with Frank this time because Nate, Frank, Greg, these are all just great names. So Frank is the mask that he's putting on this time, and he's gonna try to just overdo a lot of the features so it is a just more pronounced nose because Nate has very subtle features for the most part. Where he's just going to go big or go home, like big ears, big nose. He's not going to be particularly old, probably mid-30s, a little wrinkle here or there, but it's mainly just, just being that awkward-looking person whose features are all way too big for themselves. So he's kind of like purposely kind of slightly making himself a bit fugglier just to kind of distract away from the bone structure or anything underneath.
Perfect. All right, so Nate returns to his room, sees the little mess he made of his face and why Claudia is giggling like a maniac in the living room, and then manages to make himself a new face, who he is dubbing Frank, and can now see his sire with a different look.
I'm very sorry about that. I honestly don't even know what was... Have you ever done anything without thinking? Like, you're writing something and then you lose your track of mind and just start writing utter nonsense and you come back and just... I have no idea the last paragraph I wrote of something. I think it was a little bit like that.
Claudia nods and calms down her giggling and just says, "Of course, I think everyone has felt that before." And she'll give you a little pat on your new cheek and say, "And honestly, ever since becoming a Brujah, I think that becomes even more the standard." I like this one.
Thanks. It's nice to meet you. My name is Frank.
It's a pleasure, Frank. Don't steal anything.
I think I did a good job then.
I think you did.
Anyways, I'm gonna head out, and I should probably meet back up with Roland. We do have the whole thing with the party that we need to figure out and things like that.
Of course, I have, I believe Byron is coming by later after he canceled yesterday. So go and speak with Roland. Let me know if I should be coming by myself, and I'll catch up with both of you later.
Sounds good. And with that, Frank will leave the apartment and check his phone. He got a text message from somebody?
I think she was going to call you directly, but that
Yeah,
would be
I'm
about the
coming.
right time.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and answer. This is Nate. Kim, you're not talking.
Crap, I'm sorry. Hey, it's Dr. Brown. I need you to come and do a job at the hospital again.
Sure. Are you now?
Would be preferable. I'd rather not leave Masquerade breaking evidence laying around.
So, I'm not sure how to put this, but I don't think I can make it myself. There might be an associate of mine. Can you meet me at the outside the hospital? Not me. Can you meet my associate outside the hospital?
Okay, I'll be outside the hospital.
Yeah, you'll know him. He has the big nose, the ears. He'll be hard to miss. He'll be wearing a hoodie, jeans, and boots. Like, he's not going to be hard to miss. Just his name's Frank. You'll know him when you see him.
All right, sure. Okay, I'll see you there. It's 3 of them. No, 4. I can deal with one of them. 3.
Sure, that should be fine.
Okay.
Wait, 3 you said?
4 total, but yeah, 3 that I need help with.
Do you know what? It's been a long couple of days. Do you think you could have catering?
Absolutely.
Thanks. I think it'll go a long way to not do this on an empty stomach.
Yeah, I can do that for you. All right, I'll see your friend when he gets here.
Appreciate it. He'll be there as soon as he can.
Alright, and just because I missed it exactly when it happened, Nate will have to do a roll against his addiction for flesh crafting, mainly because he did so badly long ago. It's going to be difficulty 9.
And that is a self-control roll.
I think I was letting you use willpower before.
And difficulty 6.
9.
Difficulty 9? What is this?
It's gonna start going down, but you botched so hard the one time, and you botched a couple times tonight. It's gonna be a little difficult.
Oh, you eat those 2 successes!
Just 2?
Yeah, just 2.
So
okay.
after pulling out Greg twice, and then Claudia, and then just finally managing to build up a Frank, Nate just feels a little too embarrassed and downbeat about his flesh crafting skills right now to feel anything remotely addictive about it.
This is fair.
Poor guy.
Alright, Nate is going to be heading to the hospital. Let's check in on Angel.
Sounds good.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm also headed to the hospital.
Are you? Well, it'll be a little party, won't it?
No,
Alright.
I'm not talking to him.
No!
I'm going into the front entrance and I'm finding me a Dr. Fargus?
Oh, you're avoiding me. Of course you are.
Well, because I don't want you to see. Not to mention you
Alright.
being there will actually make it
Alright.
harder for me to not kick his ass.
That's fair.
Maybe. I don't know how many willpower he has.
Baby girl. Actually, let me find his sheet.
But if there's only one of him, it doesn't matter how many willpower he has.
I'm excited for this. Kick his ass!
I told you I would not. I will only do it if he demands it.
Alright, so Angel enters into more of a standard front entrance of the hospital toward a reception desk. And you see, 2 or 3 young women, nurses, and one man also in some scrubs behind there, filling out paperwork, typing on computers.
Hi, yeah. Excuse me?
One young girl with a mix of blonde and brown hair, sort of just messily tied up in the back, looks up wearing some light blue scrubs. She looks like she does a decent amount of makeup. One of those kind of girls is like, I may work in a hospital, but I want to look nice. She looks up from her computer and says, can I help you?
Yes, I have, I need to talk with a Dr. Fargus. Can you tell me where his office is?
Can I ask what this is in regards to?
It's a mutual acquaintance of ours, Dr. Brown. I want to talk to him about. It's kind of private, to be completely honest.
Alright, just give me a moment. And she's going to pick up a phone, she'll dial an extension. After about a minute or so, it picks up. Hello, Dr. Fargus. I have a... Oh, I'm sorry. What was your name?
Name's Angel. He might know about me.
Right. Well, I have an Angel here. It says he's a mutual acquaintance of yours and Dr. Brown. Needed to speak to you privately. He's going to, for a moment, she's listening. She's going to take the phone away and kind of hold the bottom receivers. Dr. Fargus says he's a little busy right now. It doesn't seem to recognize your name.
Oh, fuck, there's so many people around me, aren't there?
It's a hospital, and it's
God
the front
damn it.
entrance.
Well, it doesn't hurt to at least try. I am going to try and awe her, which is just the area, but if it works, it works.
Absolutely. So go ahead and roll me charisma and performance, difficulty 7.
Unfortunately, I've been practicing my awing in a mirror lately.
That's adorable.
All I can think
'Cause,
of,
I mean,
like,
Because what the hell else is he gonna use?
all I can think of was like
performance for?
Chandler, just like, how you doing?
You mean Joey?
Joey,
Right?
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
How you
Hey, get your
doing?
friends right. Jeez.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so that is, I believe, 2 successes.
2 people, and you're standing right in front of her, so I will actually give it to you that you get her attention and the other nurse that's nearby. So she is still holding the phone, but like her hand starts to like drift a little like closer to the desk.
So
and-
I'll say, all right, I can deal with it later.
Oh, all right. I'll tell Dr. Fargus. And she gets back on the phone. Never mind, Dr. Fargus. He says he'll take care of it later, and she'll slowly hang up the phone.
And then once she hangs up the phone, I'll say, actually, you know what? Maybe I could just like surprise him. You sure you can't just tell me where his office is? I'll be quick.
Sure, it's actually on the 2nd floor. It's 205. If you take the elevators right over there, it'd just be a couple doors outside.
Thank you, though.
Of course. And her and the receptionist are just gonna like watch you walk away.
And then I will head up to room 205.
All right, you take the elevator up, and just as she said, you get out, and there's, the signs that actually say, 201 to 216, and then the other direction. So you can hang a left, and then you go walking down, and you see, it looks like a set of offices, like a few different doors with small windows, but otherwise kind of more put off from the rest of the patients' rooms. And you can see outside the plaque that says Dr. Richard Fargus.
He has a window, right?
Yeah, there's a little, square window that you can, look inside the office.
I will pass by, glance in. Is there anyone in there that is not Dr. Fargus?
No, it just looks like a middle-aged man with short brown hair, in a decent button-down and slacks, but with a white lab coat, just doing some paperwork at his desk.
All right. Then I am going to walk into his office. I'm not going to knock.
As you open the door, you would get a small glance of the room. Obviously, you're a little eagle-eyed, but you see that the room is you get this very medical feel. There's no family pictures, there's no posters or little, plants. It has nothing but some medical posters and some charts on the walls, but it looks like there's nothing in here other than his job. He looks up suddenly from his desk and says, "Excuse me, who are you?"
I'm going to immediately drop a willpower to awe him as well. Because I only need one person. I am a man on a mission.
God damn it, where's your picture? I moved them around and now I'm like, damn it. There we go. This douchebag.
C.S. Graham.
So you succeed on an awe of Dr. Fargus, and he is listening to you.
I'm the guy receptionist called about. I'd like to talk about Dr. Brown.
So
And I'll sit down comfortably, make myself at home.
He calms down a little bit, and he sets down the pen he was holding, and he listens quietly.
I'm gonna come right out and say it. You have been a shitty sire. I have been talking, and I know. I've been watching, or rather, I've been watching. You're a piece of shit, and you're gonna stop it. You're gonna start treating her like a human being. You're gonna start being respectful to her. And I'm basically like I don't want to. I don't know. I'm just gonna. You're gonna be respectful to her, and you're gonna start, teaching her what she fucking needs to know instead of locking her in. I will catch myself because I promised I would not say that particular story.
You see him quietly listening, and his face is still in the calm, blank expression of someone with awe being affected by it. But
Yeah.
you do see him sort of shake his head a little bit as if he's trying to get something off his shoulders.
Yeah. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Because just, but like I said, I've been watching you, and I'm not okay with how you've been treating Kim. And it stops now.
So as you continue speaking, you see him kind of shake his shoulder one more time, and he nods with what you said. Is there anything else?
Well, I don't know exactly how well this works, and I'm going to take out my knife, and I'm going to set it on the desk. I'm not going to be remotely threatening about it. And I'm going to say, and if I find out that you aren't listening to me, that you change your mind, that anything happens, we're going to have another discussion. It's going to be decidedly less civil. I'll be keeping my eye on you. And I actually think that I'm going to get up and just mic drop and walk out.
Alright, hold on one second. What is your perception and self-control?
My perception is 3. My self-control is 3. Woo!
We're gonna come back to the scene in a minute. Let's get back to that fight that was happening. Actually, no, we have, it's been another hour, so let's take a little break, and then we'll get back to a fight.
Yeah.
Alright, so just a few minutes if anyone wants to run, get some water or anything. Again, chat if you have any questions for the players or for me about the story, the game as it is, what's going on. Go ahead and ask those in the chat. We'll get back to you.
Okay, guys, so make your bets now. How many rounds until Felix is knocked out?
Ooh.
I think those are good bets. And
Is this a magic versus fists thing?
kind of.
It's an all-out fight versus all-out fight thing.
Why though? I missed that part.
Fighter he
Because
wizard.
we just wanted Roland to unwind, and Roland was like, "Well, I can't really do anything unless you go 2 rounds with me right now."
Also, Roland is thinking of hiring him for this, big set-tight thing that's happening.
Somehow
Blood
it
bond
became
him
about
without
work.
touching him,
Somehow
and
it
then
became
just
about
be
work.
like, "Bitch."
So yeah, he wanted to help me relax, and Roland loves a good fight. But he also needs to see what Felix can do in a fight. So this kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone.
Just don't throw piss balloons at him.
I hear there's shit on the ground. There's some pretty good shit slingers around here.
Yes, I wasn't the one who touched it.
That's true.
Oh yeah,
He's
but
like, for this fight, I'll need my assistant.
Graham is curious how worried I am right now, and I mean I know what's coming, and I do know exactly who my new character is going to be. So Spira has his character sheet ready because Angel is the person who would get himself killed if anybody will, and he's a con artist Nazi. But I don't think death is the concern right now.
I'm concerned my ass is going to get beat. Can I just...
That's what I'm saying is I feel like you should be worrying about what's going to happen to Kim.
Oh, but see, I was straightforward this time. If something happens to Kim, I'm going to go soldier mode. I'm not going to go and talk to the guy.
I think,
this might result in Angel losing some humanity because if something happens to Kim, he will be angry.
Plus, Angel is also has a little. You have leverage in the Camarilla. It's not like you're a
Yeah.
worthless peon.
Yeah.
So it's not like he can pull like the who's this worthless dog coming after. Like, no, you do an important job as well.
Also, if you need him to ever have a new face or his face and his ass to swap positions on his body, I can do that. Or
I
you just
still-
want him to become a giant ass, I can do that.
Or you'll accidentally turn him into Claudia.
Listen.
I'm gonna throw back up my idea previously. We'll just have Ike solo draw and quarter him. Just 2 tentacles on each arm and just tear him to bits.
Well, that wouldn't be quartering. That would be halving. Quartering is 4 directions.
Yeah, each arm is pulling in a separate direction. Each leg pulling in a separate direction.
Oh, okay, two per. I thought you just said
Yeah,
2.
2 tentacles. I don't think I could quarter someone with just 4 vampires. I feel like 8 could. 3 strength times 8. I feel like you could tear someone into 4s.
Well, me and Angel will help, so...
Oh no, you two are going to be jumping on his body like a trampoline as I start.
I feel
Just
so loved.
to up the agony.
I think I feel loved.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not sure.
If he comes after you as a result of this, all bets are off.
I could just hear it in Angel's voice now. Hey Ike, do you know some really cruel Sabat shit I could do to this guy?
That's actually kind of a great idea.
Ike, have you heard of drawing a quarter?
Oh my god! I thought the plan was to try to get Kim to Diablerize her sire.
Ike liked that plan in a self-empowering for you kind of way,
That's fair.
but that was when he was cold and not attached. Now if he finds out this happens, that's out the window and we're on to the murder plan. Previously it was like toying with mice. Now this is like toying with a shit-covered mouse and he doesn't find it cute anymore. Well, he wouldn't if he knew about any of it. Which, considering his current night, or his last night, might not be smart to tell.
You mean
Not
the
that
one
you
that
would.
I'm dealing with now?
I'm just like, I'm gonna go do something very bad to that man.
I'm just saying, you
But,
flush the
Ike,
toilet.
no,
I have
what would
to
you
get
do?
Man, like that's.
I knew it was gonna happen too. I thought. It was
All right, let's get back to that fight. Felix and
Yeah.
Roland are on the second floor of Roland's club, just about when it's gonna open, but they've still got a little time to have their little spat, just the two of them, with no concern about people getting in the way. Although Lucille, the Malkavian socialite that Roland has hired for his club, is watching sole audience. So, let's get those initiation rolls going.
I always forget what initiation is.
It is 1d10 roll, then you add that number to the number of your dex and wits.
I'm 8.
All right, Roland, announce what you're going to do first.
Just gonna run up and overhand punch at him. Just a big old bomb towards the face.
All right, Felix, what are you going to do?
Let's see.
You have the higher initiation, so you at least see this coming and can make your decision first.
Let's see if I know he's punching at me. Can I try to trip him up?
Absolutely. You get to do whatever you want. You just get the advantage by sort of understanding what he's trying to do. So, Felix, go ahead and roll me.
I actually have no idea what a trip up is. I assume
I'm going to put
that's
that
like
at...
brawl.
Yeah, I'm going to put it at that because that's what it would be for grapple as well, so...
Okay. should actually like get my sheets out correctly and everything. I'm not used to this combat thing. Alright, so Dex plus Brawl. Two successes.
All right. So let me double check my sheet real quick. All right, so Roland, you can actually, I believe, abort your action, or you can try to sort of like parry or dodge it, since he is going to be able, since he has the upper hand on this.
So I'm assuming if I try and parry and dodge, it would definitely be more.
It'll be against his
challenging.
successes. Well, yeah, but it would be against his, because it doesn't make sense to put a punch against a trip. So you basically
Right.
are able to dodge, and if you don't get as many successes, then he'll trip you up.
Gotcha. Yep. Let's go for a dodge.
All right, that will be dexterity and athletics.
Versus
Just
6.
6, yeah.
Booyah.
All right, so you just see Felix's like legs sweep out to try and trip you up from punching him. You just catch it in time and kind of move out of the way. So let's do our next roll of initiation.
Oh, I didn't know we were starting. Oh, okay.
7.
13.
All right, again, Roland, give me what you are planning to do.
I'm assuming I'm a lot closer to him now, right? Since he
Yeah, if you you got the upper hand on dodging, so you can be if you wanted to move further away, or if you just wanted to get to his side.
Yeah, if I just dodge it, I'm just close, within arm's reach of him. Yeah, if I could just slam him to the ground.
Sure. And Felix, what are you gonna do? You see him coming at you in a bit of a grappling motion.
Okay, so you're just grabbing for his chest and throw him on the ground kind of thing?
Cheer.
Let's see. Well, I've been watching enough videos that I think I can try to do this. I'm going to try to grab his hand, catch his leg, and throw him. So counter grapple throw.
Right. Okay. Then it'll basically just be a dexterity brawl for both of you.
Sounds good.
Rough.
4.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. So Felix, you see him coming, and you get yourself in an okay position. But Roland does get a good grip. Roland, you go ahead and describe the actual physical action.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like a very technical grab arm by leg. It'd be a very brutish, like grabbing you from the front, lifting you up, and just like with both arms and just slamming you down. Like an old Rampage Jackson slam, if you know what that is.
Are you trying to do any damage or just knock the window out of him?
Ooh, yeah,
Tackle
no,
him
let's-
softly.
no, we're not tackling softly. Let's make him hurt a little bit.
Everyone downstairs. What the hell's going on up there?
All right, what's your stamina, Felix?
Oh, 2.
Okay, then you definitely get the wind knocked out of you, but like you're barely bruised.
Just oof. Let's see. Do we roll initiative again? I assume.
Yeah, we'll do one more.
Eight.
Fuck, what was mine?
It was 7
I think
plus
mine's
whatever you
7.
roll as a d10. Or 5. You have a 5 and then whatever you roll d10.
Yeah. So 7.
Alright, again, Roland, tell Felix what you're about to do.
Well, I mean, I feel like I got him pinned down pretty good. Let's see if we can do some just normal, some into the face ground and pounding, which is just me punching him in the face while he's down.
Alright, Felix, what are you gonna do?
Let's have some fun. Let's go 40-watt Tremere.
Nice. I believe you know how to do all that.
Yes. It's just a straight willpower roll.
Alright, go ahead.
I actually just read it up just to make sure. Thank you for giving me that little break to quickly reach on.
No problem. That's kind of my contention, is you can play Tremere if you remember everything.
But, and yeah, I believe it will, it's not a concern, but basically if he touches me, it goes off. Or if I touch him, vice versa, it doesn't matter. And it's all 5s because it's a 2nd level spell.
Okay.
So...
and Roland was touching you, and since he actually has the second, he has the lower initiative, he is still touching you. And so, Felix, tell us how frizzy is Roland's hair right now?
40 watts worth of frizzy. So it is a 4 lethal damage hit. If he botches his soak, it does ag instead of lethal. Or normal. Whatever it is in this. It simulates if it goes through the heart.
Alright, so Roland, go ahead and roll me your stamina plus any fortitude you have. No, you don't have any fortitude, so just roll your stamina.
Versus 6.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That is what we call a botch. And Felix didn't mean it.
It's just gonna be me passed out and you just be like, Roland, I didn't mean it.
Roland is not passed out, but he is mauled. You are not looking pretty.
That's 4 aggravated damage.
Yep.
Oh no.
You are sitting pretty at mauled, and aggravated does not heal as easily.
I mean, you did say you weren't going to intentionally kill him.
That is true.
He was touching me. I feel like the porcupine who accidentally hit someone in the heart. I'm so sorry.
So does this kind of like effect-wise, would I just kind of crumple near him? Does it kind of shock you and like make you fling away a little bit? What's the effect
It's a
my body's going
shockwave
through?
electricity, so it's gonna feel like you grabbed onto like an electric fence, and you're gonna probably fly back a bit, and you're going to hear through the pain, Lucille just like I can't whistle, but just that kind of like whoo.
Yeah. I can read the kind of the like expression of what they say. The person using Living Bolt often has electrical aspects, sparks that play at their fingertips, or purplish halos that go around their hands. Warning of a storm to come. The discharges are often result in some sort of flaming after image, like a photo negative, as a powerful lightning makes a stark contrast to surrounding darkness. So it's a flash too. It's just this powerful.
All right. I'll, I guess I like fling off of you and I'll probably land like right on my back. Oh. Felix?
Felix will get up because he thinks the fight's still going because he doesn't realize it goes through some heart. I mean, it just like, that's normal. And Felix jump up and he's like, "Oh, are you okay?"
I'll kind of like turn and just like I'm assuming my whole body hurts, but just like kind of
Does-
curl up.
Does he
You're
look
gonna
like
be a little crispy.
is
Yeah.
he smoldering?
Oh yeah. No, I mean
Oh,
it's a
no.
body with, that much electricity going through it. He's gonna have some of those like kind of dusty marks on him and probably maybe even some tracks on his arms.
Sorry, I tried to make it smaller.
I feel pretty smoldered, Felix.
Mercy.
Well, I guess you can handle yourself in a fight. And I'll try and reach my hand up to, in halfway, say, like, you win, and the other half will, like, help me up, you asshole.
Lucille's gonna sidle off the side of the chair and, like, basically walk backwards towards the stairs saying, I'm gonna go get you a Bloody Mary.
He may need more Bloody Marys.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
Felix will try to help you up.
What was that?
It was lightning. They call it 11 bolt.
I once knew a magic user like you, and I don't think he ever did anything like this.
He actually did have the Path of the 11 bolt, if I remember correctly.
But he never fucking used it.
There's many paths. I just took fancy to this one.
Do you just tell me if you have other abilities like this?
No.
Well, that makes you a little bit of a one-trick pony, but I think this one trick might do. Now,
It's a pretty solid trick, though.
help me downstairs and get changed out of these clothes before I cast roulette.
Well, you're still smoldering. Should we go? And he's like waving above you.
I'll pat their heel, pat himself down, and make sure everything's gone. And we don't talk about this. I'm sure you understand.
No. That's I'm quite all right.
Perfect. Now let's go.
Sure. I'm sorry, buddy, and just that slow pat on your back as he helps you.
He kind of winces in pain, like, yes, thank you. Stop.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be like at least pretty roughly limping, mauled, like so as if like, a bear met you and didn't like you. You can walk, but like just barely.
Is this the still like I just remember the old rules of it. Is it 5 blood in a whole day to heal an ag? Is that still the rule?
5 blood points over 2 nights. So it will be a total of 20 points over 8 nights.
Ow! Whoa!
I am a generous ST, and if no one else wants, if Felix is alright with it, I was gonna cut it down to 3 points and 2 nights, or 3 points over 1 night, so it'd be 12 and 4 nights.
I did say that he tried to hold back.
Let's say Roland had some armor on. That doesn't actually affect
It discharged on the floor a little bit. There's been some flickering, some brownouts. It's very weird.
Is this almost selfish for me because I don't want to have to keep track of 8 nights and 21 points. But we will keep to 3 blood points per night, and it'll take a full night for each point. So it'll be a few nights before Roland is back to his old self.
I'm sorry, Roland.
We have a job to do in a couple of nights.
I know, that's what it's like. He's like, use your magic. Are you sure?
Anyways, yeah. So downstairs.
Yes, in Felix.
Just to make sure, clarified all the system stuff. It'll include tonight. So if Roland drinks at least 3 points tonight, and over tonight he can lose 1.
Dope.
and probably have a limp for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Alright, let us check back in on Ike. It's gotten a little while into Thursday night for mostly everybody else. Ike would be waking up at Father's apartment.
Yep.
So, you would wake up in your room. You still have that book left in there. And just as a reminder, your sire, Karen Stark, had asked you very specifically to go out and begin your journey toward starting your path. And but he wanted something along the lines of proof.
Yeah. I will walk out into the living room or living area of the penthouse.
As you walk out into the living area, you see your sire, Karen, sitting with a book in one of the chairs. It was probably it's the same one that he was sitting in previously. He's, if a man of tradition.
Good morning, Father.
Karen looks up at you and nods. Ike, how was your evening so far?
Just got up, Father, so just beginning.
Fair enough. Do you have any interesting plans? And he looks back down to his book, in that way that he's paying attention to anything you'll say, but he's just keeping himself busy.
Well, I was hoping that maybe tonight we could do the ritual we spoke of, the first ritual. If you had the ingredients ready, I did as you asked last night. I went a little wild with some poor saps who were decided to treat me without respect, so I did the same to them.
Good. And he's actually going to wave to the seat across from him. Sit. Tell me more details.
I'll sit and, I'm not sure what you mean by details, Father.
You tell me some humans, I assume, who treated you with disrespect. Tell me what you did.
I killed them all, Father.
How?
How else befitting someone of our station?
Good, but you're still not telling me anything.
I crushed two of them, and the other one strangled on my arm.
And how did that make you feel?
I did kind of feel bad, Father.
For all of them?
One of them definitely deserved it, and that's why he choked to death on my arm.
He just nods, listening to you.
And then I did drain someone nearby to replenish my strength.
He squints a little at that, but you see his head nod a little more enthusiastically. Good. Alright, well. And he doesn't really say anything, but you get that he is generally pleased with your responses there. He snaps closed the book he was holding and sets it down on a table and says, "But, two matters. You want to learn how to pierce the mask, I understand."
I feel it has been long enough, Father, even though we've only recently gotten back together.
Of course. And he looks around the room, just sort of taking it in, and nods a little to himself. I feel that this is fine enough. Grigori's out, has some business of his own. I don't think he'll come back. I'd like to be alone for this. So, He stands up and he goes over to the small kitchen area where there's sort of a little electronic deck that has a bunch of buttons, just touch buttons, and he starts, fiddling around, and most of the lights in the room go out. The large windows that face the outside turn black, and he gives a gentle wave for you to join him on a level of the sitting room that is just sort of like open space.
I'll follow over.
So, Ike, as I explained before, these rituals reaching into the abyss do not come lightly, and they may in fact incite things that leave you more broken, make the night more difficult to go through. But I believe you may be ready for this one, at least. This one we call piercing the mask. It is a way of breaking through to the abyss and its darkness and bringing that power back into this world so that the simple darkness and shadows that you see throughout the night are of nothing to you. You will be attuning your eyes to primordial darkness, so simple shadows will mean nothing.
Yes, Father. He's gonna look like excited, like smiling to himself, slightly fidgeting.
He gives you a very knowing look at your excitement and with a single head nod tells you to calm yourself and that you must be focused.
Alrighty.
Ike, I need you to focus, and everything that you've learned so far about the abyss, you will be attempting to see it, to invoke it, to bring a small bit of it back with you to this world. You will be trying to almost hold it in your hand like a small black hole. Do you understand?
Yes, Father.
Alright, Ike, go ahead. Drum roll. Give me perception and occult against difficulty 8.
Also, cost me 1 blood point for Shadow.
Mhm.
Woo!
Alright, as Ike stands there and concentrates on all that he learned from his sire previously, before his sire disappeared and left him to wander the nights and grow as a kindred on his own, he thinks back to all of that and concentrates using everything that he understands of being a La Sombra and calling on the darkness, using shadows, and sees a small bit of the abyss and pulls it into an intangible sphere in one hand, gazing deep into the darkness. And as that begins to envelop his sight and his mind, he takes control of it and gains the ability to see through the dark without any trouble.
Very cool. I'm gonna, I guess, look around the room and just look at how different it is and just kind of like smile to myself quietly, not saying anything.
Ike dismisses that little sphere he gathered for himself and looks around the room, though Karen had left a bit of lighting so as to show Ike the true nature of this darkness he pulls from the abyss. Now the room just looks as if it was lit normally. Not exactly as if he's seeing light, but as if he can just see all the objects and every piece of furniture with perfect detail.
Yeah, just smile quietly and keep looking around for a bit until Father says something.
Karen gives you an incredibly rare, but still small smile and says, "You did well. I'm glad to see that you didn't fail at your first task."
I should hope not, Father. We've been practicing for a long time.
Good, good. And he's going to walk back over to the little digital pane in the kitchen and turn the lights back up a little bit and return the windows to being able to see through them, and says, "Now, as we've discussed, that you need to divorce yourself from humanity to at least a certain degree before you can continue on the rest of the path, I would like you to start getting used to this ability of yours, using it as much as you can, and push yourself further. Go perhaps into places that you might have feared, not for who is there, but for previously not being able to see as well. You must not be afraid of the darkness, either the real darkness you know here in this world, or the true darkness in the abyss."
Yes, Father, I'll find such a place.
Good. And he will slowly saunter back to his chair, even like kind of plop down a little more upbeat than you're used to seeing him. You can see a little bit of pride and a slight smirk on his face.
Well, Father, I'm gonna walk towards the door. Well, Father, I'm off to prowl the night, I suppose. I shall see you later.
Yes, take care, he says without looking at you.
And I'll slip out the door.
All right.
Sure to revert the vision, because Demon Child doesn't look good.
Yes, of course. For the audience and just for our players' sake, he will have creepy inky black eyes when he's actually using that ability. It will look like the inky blackness he can pull from the abyss or when he uses Obtenebration.
Yep, all your entire white suit eyes just turn total black.
Spooky fun.
Just in time for Halloween.
Woo!
All right, let's head back to the hospital where Nate is heading to meet Kim.
Frank.
Frank is going to meet Kim.
Yep.
All right, so Kim.
So Kim goes out into the alleyway, blissfully unaware of what is going on upstairs, and waits for someone to kind of appear to recognize her, I guess.
And I assume Frank would appear at some point wearing and looking exactly as Nate had described. Dr. Brown?
Hello.
He would gonna look a little bit awkward and take 2 steps in and just be like, I'll explain later, but it's Nate.
Okay, come on in. And she kind of waves him inside.
Just call me Frank for the moment.
Okay, Kim. I'm sorry. That's my fucking name. She didn't say that. Okay, Frank.
All right, so where are we going?
Over here. And she kind of holds the door for him, kind of gestures for him to go in, and well, this one here, this one was just drained. That's easy enough to fix. That one is not so much the problem. It's these over here. This one in particular, and she lifts the sheet up, that one looks like he was crushed by an anaconda. This one looks like he had an anaconda shoved down his mouth. So, Yeah, and then that one over there also is similar. I can't really attribute this to any kind of I can't attribute this to any kind of like industrial accident or anything, especially without any ID on any of the victims. So I can't. I need your help to cover this one. Basically, I know they're gross, but I have blood bags in the fridge there.
Frank, can you go ahead and give me a perception occult roll against 5?
I was about to ask that. Oh yeah, 3 successes.
Frank very clearly recognizes what he suspects, at least, these are from, given his history.
So Kim, let me get this straight from you. Anaconda is the best you're able to summon. The best rationale you're able
Of
to.
course not. It just looks like it was strangled to death by something snake-like. There weren't any tears on the inside of the man who had it shoved into his mouth, but I don't know. I've never seen this before. If you have any light to shed on the situation, I would be very grateful.
I have an idea, but I would like to. He'll lean in a little bit closer to Kim. So there's a reason I'm looking this way at the moment.
I figured. I just didn't want to pry.
Look, there are some old school Sabbat in town. Somebody who I've pissed off before.
What?
Listen, Nate can't be seen at the moment. Somebody is hunting Nate.
Do you need help?
No. Claudia's aware. Claudia has the situation under control. I just can't be Nate at the moment. And
well, people know
now,
you're with Claudia if you need somewhere to stay. I just got an apartment.
I appreciate it, but this is classic La Sombra shit. Like,
what?
Obtenebration. They can summon shadows and tentacle shit that basically shadow snakes. And they can strangle people and all the shit. So obviously there are Sabbat in the area, the same Sabbat who are hunting me.
What indicate? Okay, I'm not doubting you. I just want to learn to look for the signs. What indicates here that it is the shadows?
Well, like you said, it was a snake, an anaconda of some kind. Like, obviously not.
I was thinking the Setites. You call them snakes.
They're La Sombra literally, as you remember that night with Ike, right?
Yes.
They're able to control shadows. They're able to summon additional limbs, tentacles, basically, for lack of a better word, of shadow, and able to use them as if they were physical entities. Strangle people.
So we have
some sick
in the sewers, and we have some sick fucking La Sombra running around killing people.
And I'm assuming this La Sombra I've pissed off before in my life and is hunting me down. Yes.
Oh.
And apparently needed to feed and get his jollies off at the same time because the fucking La Sombra.
Okay. All right. I mean, there's no way to know, but that really does shed some light. Thank you. Okay, what can we do to fix this? Obviously, this can't stay like this.
So, I hate to demand things up front, but can you get the blood packs now? I've had
yes.
very long.
You don't have to explain. Yes, absolutely. So she goes to the little fridge and gets like 3 or 4 of them out.
which he will fucking devour.
Well, so let me, as Kim is going to get the blood packs, which are kept sort of in the back room of the morgue, which is basically across from where the actual freezers are for the bodies. As Kim is gathering 3 of them out of the fridge area, she's going to hear a bang from inside one of the freezers.
A bang? What the? And she goes to look at
Is
it.
that normal?
No. Yes, that's completely normal, Nate. Yes, she goes to open the thing.
Frank!
Frank, I'm so sorry.
So you said you opened the thing?
Yes.
So, as you open the door and start to pull out the shelf, you see some pale arms and wrapped in a leather jacket and a tussle of dark curly black hair stretching her arms out.
Oh god! Holy fuck! God damn it!
Lily starts arching her back and continuing to stretch and just yawns. It starts trying to gather herself up and get herself out of the closet.
What are you doing in the freezer? How did you get into the freezer?
Damn it, where's our picture?
I hope you guys all appreciate, right before she said it was fucking Lily, I was like, no, Graham, it's totally not Lily. If it's Lily, I quit. Oh, it's Lily. I'm gonna fucking quit now.
Oh no, did I mess up her picture? Hold on. Alright,
So-
her picture seems to be missing for the second.
So, Frank, not Nate, how's your
Where is she?
day?
I know I drew her picture.
No, I know. I was moving stuff around on the website. I think it might be because I have too many things. I don't know why you would do that, though. But, yeah, give me 1 second. Sorry to ruin the drama, but... I'll get that up in 1 second.
I could just link you the DeviantArt if you want to do that.
That's what I'm doing. I'm already there, almost. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So long ago.
It was, actually.
There we go.
Anything for you, Graham.
So Lily hops out of the freezer drawer and continues sort of stretching and cracks her neck and says, yeah, I thought it'd be a nice place to take a little rest.
I didn't.
Not that you're not dead. You can sleep in there if you want to. But why were you in there? You know what? No, you can't sleep in there. Why were you in there?
Lily starts sort of walking around Kim in a bit of a circle and still smiling, just looks her up and down, even though she's still wearing her bandana across her, or her blindfold across her eyes, and says, something's been bothering you. And actually, real quick, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Why are you here?
Well, actually, let's take a trip up a couple flights in the hospital and see
Hey, it's me.
how Angel's doing.
So
Okay.
what do those 5 successes do to me?
Frank, I'm going upstairs now. Okay?
Wait, did Lily say
Wait,
that, or did
Lily or did Spira say that?
I did.
I thought it was Lily.
Okay.
I thought
I
it
got
was Lily talking to me.
No, I was actually sorry because my happy tone is pretty much Lily's tone.
Yeah, I got confused. Okay, all right, we can cut upstairs now.
So back in Dr. Fargus's office with Angel, after he had awed the doctor, and made it very clear that he would not suffer Kim being upset by him any longer. The doctor's been under the awe, but Angel did see his arms, shoulders kind of twitch a couple times. After the last bit of Angel's speech, the good doctor stands up with his palms on his desk and looks Angel directly in the eyes, says, "Understood." At this point, Angel would feel something like a shot of electricity kind of just shooting through his brain, but nothing else exactly happens. The good doctor says, "Now if you'll please get out of my office, I have important paperwork to finish."
Cool.
Alright, what will Angel be doing next?
I'm gonna head back to the shop.
Did you drive?
Yes, I did.
Alright, so you get into your car, and as you are driving back from the hospital to your shop, it's a little bit of a drive. It's a good maybe 25 minutes. I always make everything shorter than it would actually be in New York because I don't need you guys spending all night driving places. But as you continue driving to your shop, the silence in the car seems to like prickle at your arms a little bit. And then suddenly you have basically a bit of a PTSD flashback to the war. Any of the instances that upset you the most, especially any of the times you saw children getting hurt or killed.
I will probably do my best to, like, swerve into a side street or an alley or something.
Dexterity and drive, darling.
I'm decent at that.
At difficulty 7.
No, Anton's character sheet is not going to help me right now. So 3 successes.
All right, Angel manages to, despite the flash of images in his head and this overwhelming feeling of almost being back there, the fear and the guilt and the anger washing over him, he manages to pull over and get himself stopped.
Yeah, and then I will have my attack in the car. I feel like you kind of revert back. I might, so where did I pull over? Into, like, an alley?
Yeah, you found, one of those, sort of, parking lots that's next to an old warehouse. So, like, some people use it just to park there and move on, but it's not really next to anything specific.
Alright, so, then what I presume that I am going to do, because if I, as Zavani, understand how PTSD works,
It's not full PTSD, I just meant it's supposed you get some flashes and like memories come flooding back. Not full in the moment. But definitely the feelings come along with it.
Then in that case I will probably just, like, start hyperventilating and freaking out in the car. If I'm not actually having a PTSD episode.
Yes, so Angel, flooded by a bit of visions and emotions related to what he saw and was even involved with during the war between the Spot and Camarilla, comes flooding over him, and he's just thrown off for a little while.
Yeah.
but yeah, like other than freaking out a little bit,
After a little while, it will start to pass. There will again just be lingering of like remembering a bad memory, but any actual like visual feeling, like as if you can almost see it again, is gone.
Then this time I will be more careful because I don't know what's going on, and I will start driving more carefully back to the shop.
Okay. You do make it back to the shop at this point. You're able to pull around to your back office. You see, as usual, especially because it's still earlier in the night, the front office looks like it's just taking care of some late night customers, and DeMarcus and your other ghouls are just taking care of other business.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of go past them. I'm not gonna be like really blunt or disrespectful about it, but I'm gonna give them a quick nod and then head straight up to my office and like try and calm myself down.
All right.
Deal with whatever coping mechanism it is that I have gotten used to dealing with.
Okay. You head into your office and you try to use some basic coping mechanisms. Maybe you like try to throw yourself into work, or you even pull up some cars. Like that'll distract me. After a little while longer, it will happen again, but you will almost get a sense. Actually, let's see. Do you have awareness?
No, I do not.
All right. Just give me a perception at 7 then.
Wow. 3 dice and I got 2 successes.
Nice. All right. Just before you get another of these visions and like the feelings come flooding back again, something kind of prickles up your arms and you kind of realize the silence brought it on. You suddenly felt like you were too alone, and it just gave you this moment for these to come flooding back again.
All right. And it's the silence or the aloneness?
At the moment, they're at least tied together in your brain. There's no noise, There's no one around you.
Then what I think I'm going to do for a little while is I'm going to work on the loudest things that I can work on. Grinding metal, welding, just try and drown out the silence.
All right. Let's take one last little break because I actually need it real quick. And then we will get back to the game.
So how y'all doing tonight?
Nate's song.
Nate has the best song.
Angel's just like, you know how y'all always end up meeting over at Claudia's place? Can we just do that here now?
Well, we do. Kim and I do have a new apartment.
Yeah.
Though I will say, this worked out better than it might have. With the role she did, that could have been confusion, which would have had me wandering aimlessly for an entire month, which would have ended up with me walking into the sun that morning.
Jesus.
Yeah, that could have been just bam dead.
I has cat.
Wow.
No, this is way more Richard, and this is why. He thinks that you got close. He doesn't really kill people that much, but he thinks that you got close to Kim, so he's making you go crazy so that you guys can't be friends anymore. That's literally what he's doing.
Okay, fine. I'll be crazy.
Fucking asshole. Yeah.
Cool. Then he just made a crazy person angry at him. So that's what he just did.
Yeah.
A crazy soldier that's dealing with PTSD is now angry at him, or will be.
It makes you like self-destruct is the thing. Like you can't do anything over time.
But yeah. So yeah,
I'm
you
willing
had
to bet the Tremere
buddy.
spell.
My kitties are being assholes. They're doing the cat chirping, running across the apartment very fast, and just like jumping on things.
Fuck cats.
I think that is literally about to happen, as they just started swatting at each other, so...
And there
Oh,
he
he has fuckface eyes, so...
His eyes.
No, like, cats have these eyes when they're about to go insane. And, like, it's fuckface eyes. There's no other way to explain it.
You mean when they get like this?
Yes, that.
Harry, stop looking at the ceiling.
Tell Kim he did this to you. She will be so mad.
Oh, but see, here's the
Tell
thing.
Nate. Tell
Right?
Nate.
Oh, actually, he is considering telling, or once he kind of pieces things together, he'll tell Nate. He will not tell Kim. He does not.
No! Kim
Yeah,
would actually be mad enough to do something.
I know, but he
Damn
doesn't
it.
want Kim to feel guilty.
Aww.
It's fine. Dr.
That's
Fargus will be
adorable.
taken care of.
No, I wanted to do it. No, it's fine.
We'll take care of the set tight later. We have something more important at the moment.
Yeah.
Hey, Lily might tell them, and then she'll just go upstairs.
What the fuck does Lily want right now?
Oh my god, what the fuck? Literally, what the shit? Like, wheels out on one of the freezer beds. Like,
I don't even know why I was surprised. Like, why am I
was gonna
surprised
say,
at that?
that's one of the
Hello.
surprising places she showed up. Like, that seems pretty stock Lily. That's not even like Lily on a
no, it is,
Wednesday.
but like, how the shit did she get in there? They keep those locked. Oh, whatever, I shouldn't question it at this point. No, I should! That's what keeps me fucking sane!
She lilied in there. That's what she did. I'm fairly
I
certain.
shouldn't get hung up on it, but I should still question.
I'm fairly certain she's just a vampire that has awakened. She's Kindred the Awakened at this point,
That would
and
be
just has the
trivia.
the travel sphere.
That would be correspondence.
I'm trying to have fun with the fact that you guys don't know, and I really do, but like part of me is just like, oh, I can't wait till this game's over and I can show you guys like the sheet or talk about her at all. Alright, back down a few floors.
You see,
wait
Keem
for-
as soon
wait
as I
for
heard my
Modi to come
name.
back. I think Modi went to go deal with
Okay.
his cats
I heard Tremere. I came
because
as
they
soon as
were
I came.
fighting.
You
We were
didn't hear the
joking
Tremere.
that Lily must be Tremere because she's obviously a vampire
no,
that has awoken with a correspondence sphere.
Well, no, not Tremere.
Which makes
Tremere
her
don't
Tremere.
use spheres. Tremere has.
I know,
paths.
shut up.
I'm
The
saying
vampire mage
she's a
is-
fucking
the
mage.
joke still stands.
Actually, she could still use. I'll stop it.
I know. Oh, Anton did not have Path of the 11 Bolt. Anton did have the path that you were talking about.
Mercury.
Yes, he had Mercury. That is one of my favorite pieces of VTM lore, by the way, is the side note where it says the guy who came up with Mercury saw the moon, teleported up to the moon, and then was like, oh shit, you can see the moon because of the sun, and immediately died. He teleported to the surface of the moon because he's like, I don't need to breathe. And then as he got there, realized that you can see the moon because the sun is shining on it.
What the shit?
And killed himself, and I love that piece of lore so much.
He really did. That's amazing.
Yes, that is the text.
Yeah, you have to teleport to the dark side, man. Like, that's...
But you can't see that.
Path of Mercury is line of sight teleportation.
Oh, wow.
Or I think maybe you can teleport really far if you roll really well.
Yeah, but not very far.
If you waited until a new moon, you can still see it.
Fair.
Yeah.
But
It's
if we're
smart,
using
not
D&D
with
stats,
smart.
he was a wizard with low wisdom.
He teleports there. All right.
Alright, so back up a couple levels, or down in the hospital. We have Lily, basically circling Kim for a moment, just smiling as she does, and had said that she sensed something was bothering her. But then her head pricks quickly towards Frank, who she steps up closely to and gives a little sniff.
Who the fuck is this?
If it could, Lily's smile does grow a little wider, and she just giggles slightly. Hello, Bruja.
I'm sorry. Are you detecting clans now by scent? Isn't that
Why are you acting like you haven't met before? Do you forget our time in the forest? Or woods, rather, park.
Lily? I was kind of hoping we could all just go along with this whole damn act. But yeah, no, I didn't forget. Thanks.
Lily looks around the room and shrugs. Just us and the dead people. I won't give you away to anyone else.
You see, I thought it was just Kim and I and the dead people up until about, 2 minutes ago, and you proved that wrong. So, excuse me for being a little paranoid about, people dropping eaves.
She leans just an inch closer and says, like I said, just us and the dead people.
Okay, why are you here?
Lily's head turns back towards Kim, and she steps closer to her, and just still smiling, says, like I said, something seems to be bothering you. She looks over the dead bodies and then turns her head all the way up to the ceiling.
What?
Well,
what is it?
Isn't that where his office is?
How?
Are we not talking about the La Sombra at the moment?
No.
Lily starts walking toward the 3 dead bodies, toward the further end, the ones that Frank identified as being attacked by La Sombra, and you see her fingers sort of like just gently go over the tentacle marks.
Maybe don't touch. Never mind.
She wiggles her fingers, saying, "Won't leave any fingerprints."
Sure. We're about to change it anyway. What do you want?
Oh, Kim. I've taken a liking to you. I just wanted to see what was wrong and see if I could maybe help.
I don't know you very well, and I'm honored that you've taken an interest in me. I'm just uncertain. I don't mean to offend. I don't know you very well, and I'm don't want to speak about personal things to someone I don't know very well. I don't. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, I suppose that's fair enough. I can see a lot more than you can.
That is undeniably true.
Well, listen. If you do ever need anything...
What should I do if I need something? Are you gonna show up in another drawer? Hello?
Sorry, I was making a roll.
Oh shit! God damn it! No! Fucking hell!
With a movement that's pretty much a little too quick to see, she moves just another foot toward Kim, brushes her hand across her cheek, and then seems to disappear from in front of the two of you. But it takes you a second to realize it, but you kind of have this weird feeling like you know where she is even though you can't see her.
Fuck! Jesus Christ. Are you kidding? God damn it. God damn it. What the hell am I supposed to do with physics?
The fuck did she go?
I don't even know what the fuck. I don't know. She's over there. She's exactly over there somewhere. It's somewhere not in this room. I don't know. She's just fucking over there, and I know exactly where she is somehow, and I don't even fucking know how this happened, and now I'm kind of freaking out a little bit, and I'm really kind of uncertain what exactly I'm supposed to do with this, and it's just getting to me. What the fuck? Why is my Canadian elder fucking talking to me? I don't get it. I'm not getting it. I'm not fucking getting it.
You feel her moving a little further and further away. It's hard to tell exactly where, but you do feel her leaving the morgue. But just as that starts to move further and further away, you hear only a slight whisper inside your mind saying, "Keep your friends close."
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. No.
Are you gonna be all right?
I can't hear more. No, I can't hear more in my head. No. Not this. Not today. Nope. Can't deal with this shit. Nope. Not up to yesterday. Okay. Fuck. Let's fucking fix some bodies, shall we? Let's do that shit.
Kim?
What?
Give me 20 minutes and I can take care of this.
Thank you.
And then you're going to call out of work.
I can't call out of work. Are you kidding me? I was just yelled at by my sire yesterday for that exact thing, which is totally fair. I've been skipping work to be with you guys, so I can't.
Kim.
I can't do that. I have to stay.
Kim.
What?
Who gives a fuck?
I do.
We're going to call out of work and we're going to get the fuck out of here and do something that's not this. You need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I have to stay. I have to finish what I'm doing. I have 4 bodies today, and
yeah, and I'm gonna take care of them.
No,
and then they're just bodies.
Yeah, but that's also I don't want to be yelled at again. Okay, I don't. No, I don't want that.
Yelled at by who?
By Dr. Fergus, by my sire. He doesn't like it when I get behind on work, which is understandable. So he came down and yelled at me a little bit, just kind of got in my face. So it's been I'm sorry. You're like you're trying to not be dead, and I'm just too stressed out from too many things pulling me different directions. So I'm sorry. I need to fucking get some perspective.
I'm just saying, do you have any like PTO accrued or something that you can take a leave of absence, something? Because I'm sorry, Kim. I'm getting the sense you need a vacation. You need a fucking vacation.
Yeah.
Anchorage, Helsinki, somewhere.
I can't. I have to meet with the prince next week. I have so much shit on my plate that I don't know. I need to figure out how to deal with this. Maybe a day. I don't.
Listen, I'm not trying to pry into your life or meddle in your affairs. I'm sorry. I take it as a recommendation, but here, give me those blood bags and I'll get to work.
No, thank you. You're just trying to help here. And she hands him the stuff.
And he'll do the nom nom and then get to work on the bodies.
All right, you got 3 bodies to work on, so let's get rolling.
Let's see how well that confidence actually helps you.
All right, the first one is 1 success.
Okay.
The second one is 1 success. Ooh, look at that.
All right, the 2 bodies.
3 on the last one.
Perfect. The 2 bodies that were kind of crushed looked like an anaconda or some sort of snake just, crushed their bodies. Nate, you're able to manipulate it to look like just maybe really nasty car crash, construction accident, something that just in general crushed their whole torso, not a very specific type of constriction. The last body had the strangest marks with the way that the throat was affected by the obtenebration tentacle. So you're able to use a mix of flesh crafting and maybe a touch of bone crafting to kind of close that back up. And again, maybe make it just look like there is some kind of massive car crash that just hit where their sternum was and took their throat in.
All right. Hopefully this takes care of the matter. I'm Kim, but
Thank you.
look after yourself. A little bit of advice. You're given a new lease on life. Think about taking it as an opportunity to start new and get away from bullshit.
Thank you. I can't. He's just a helicopter parent, if you will.
What does he have on you?
What?
Does he have something on you?
What? No. What? What do you mean?
Sorry, you're giving me the impression you owe something to him.
Well, I mean, he hired me.
He has some.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be butting into your personal life, what goes on between you and your sire. This isn't my place.
It's been brought to my attention several times that he might not be the greatest. So, I would value your opinion as well.
My opinion is you are Kim, and you don't owe anything to anyone. You're acting a little owned in the. I'm sorry, that bothers me. Why the fuck do you own this? What do you owe him?
I don't understand. Is that not you? I'm not. I don't. He doesn't own me. I don't know.
If you were a human and he pissed you off, what would stop you from putting a resume in San Francisco and getting up and moving?
Well, I'm not, am I? I'm not human, and I don't know what's going on, and I'm about only a year old. a few weeks ago, and I don't know what to. I don't know what the line is. I don't know what the procedure is. It's different from person to sire. From I don't know. Just I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Maybe things are different between Malkavians.
I wouldn't fucking know. I honestly I don't even know that. I have a fucking elder following me around. I don't get it at all. Don't get it. Doesn't seem to be any particular rhyme or reason, and I guess that might be the point. So
She might actually have a point. I'm just saying, you don't owe anything to Fargus. You don't owe anything to anyone. Just because you drink a drop of his blood and he feasted on you, that means he automatically owns you? You owe something to him? No. Regardless of anything, nobody has the right to own anyone.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
If I was in your shoes, I would be looking at a change of pace. I would be looking at getting away from your
What
current.
am I supposed to do? Do what Ike said and get a better sire? What do you want me to do?
Leave him. Leave this. This doesn't seem to be
my job.
And
I did this for years before I even met him. This is just what I did.
is this? You never had aspirations of anything else? You never wanted to go visit Philadelphia or San Francisco or anything? Just
I mean, no. I was very career minded, and I don't know. Maybe that is why he picked me.
A career's great when there's an expiration date, but you don't have an expiration date. You're not going to go back and fall back on Social Security and a retirement fund and a 401k in 20 years.
That is a good point. That's a good point.
Sell your assets, throw it in a sock, and sit on it for 50 years. Come back on the interest. Like what? You don't need to buy groceries. You don't need to. I mean, fuck, you don't have to buy razors or shaving cream anymore. Like, you could make do. And if things come to shove, I mean, listen, I feel awkward getting this involved.
No, it's...
Take some time and think about you not in the same situation you were. You don't owe anyone anything. You
Thank you.
might want to reevaluate your situation, and if you need anything, let me know.
Thank you. Thanks, Nate. That's Frank. I can't fucking think straight today. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
He's been frustrating me a lot recently, and I've been trying to help and kind of like expand, getting to actually know the rest of you, and he doesn't even want me to do that because he wants me here, and I can't do it anymore. Fuck. Shit. I'm gonna have to go talk to him. I need to ask off for a little while. This is not gonna go well at all. At all. At all. Okay. let's finish up these guys. Thank you for doing your bit. I'll finish up processing them, and then I'm going to go talk to him. You're already here, and I don't. Can I? I don't know. Could you stay here for a minute, unless you have somewhere else to be? I don't know if you do or not. Well, I don't know. You don't have to come with me. It feels nice to have someone else that, thinks I should break out a little bit here. It makes me feel better.
Sure. What do you? I mean, I'm happy to help.
You don't even have to do anything. Just be down here.
I can hang out with the corpses all you want.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I can do that.
I have homie 1, 2, and 3 here. I'm fine.
Homies 1, 2, and 3. Thanks. Thank you. I'm gonna finish up this paperwork, and I'm gonna head upstairs, and I'll be hopefully right back.
I'll be here.
All right. We will actually swing back towards the Rebel's Kiss for a little bit.
Cool.
I am so sorry.
So Roland hobbles his way back down to the first floor towards the bar. You can actually see Lucille is prepping you a Kindred-specific drink in a very large mug. Basically at least probably 2 points in there for you. And Felix follows behind. The club is recently opened, so some people are starting to shuffle in. The DJ is already at the station playing some music, and a few people have taken to the bar or to nearby seats.
I'd imagine my clothes are like ruined, right? Like they're burnt and smoldering.
There's definitely gonna be some damage done there. It kind of does go into your body, so it wasn't like fire or anything, but no, like probably along your sleeve arms is definitely smoldered and a bit burnt.
And yeah, apparently it implies that it went through your heart or through your brain, and that's why it does egg.
What? Hey, fuck you. Sorry, my cat's trying to bite me. Yeah, no, I'll walk up to the bar and down the Bloody Mary, as she called it.
Sorry, what was that?
I said the drink that she was making for me. I'll go and down it.
All right, so that gives you 2 points.
Felix will also kind of whisper when he can get her attention and be like, "Can I have one too? It takes a lot of you to do that. I just don't really."
Lucille laughs and nods at the bartender, and the bartender goes into the back room and with another large mug and starts making your drink.
Felix, if you don't mind getting me downstairs before you enjoy that drink, that would be preferable.
Yes, I can do that. I can. Yes, I'll come back. Yes. So yeah, Felix will help you down, I guess, because it's not on this floor. We go outside and then down an elevator.
Yes. Or are you asking that in character? I'm assuming you know.
No, that's out of character.
Yeah. We have to go outside and back and around.
Okay. Yeah. So he'll help you through that. Sorry. I didn't.
It's no, you you did fine. No sorries needed. Just you Canadians. Get me to the elevator and get your drink. And if you really want to pay me back, go and get me a cane wherever you find those. The nicer looking, the better. Don't give me some grandma with a tennis ball at the end, Kane, please.
A cane. Yeah, sure. Like I can find you a cane or make one or something. Yeah.
Just make sure it looks respectable is all I'm asking. And Spira, how close are we to the elevator?
If there's a back exit that'll put you like pretty much right near there, so you just like kind of have to turn the corner of your club, and you can get right to your elevator.
All right, awesome. Then yeah, I'll go into the elevator by myself and go down. But before I do, I'll be like, Felix, don't, like I said, don't feel bad about this. Is exactly what I asked for.
Oh, I know, but I still feel bad.
That understand, but just please go find me a cane if you want to make it up to me.
I'll find you a cane.
So Roland takes his elevator down to his basement apartment underneath the club, and as the doors open, you'll see Clementine is sitting on the desk, kicking her legs and talking to O'Connell, who looks like she's smiling, but she looks like, you know, a babysitter who's just letting the kid talk because she knows that's what's fun for it. Benedict is not there.
Of course. Sunshine, can you please come here?
O'Connell looks over at you and gasps slightly, and then so does Clementine. The both of them run over to you and start looking over the way you're like smoldering and the like burn marks on your hands and arms. Roland, what the hell happened now?
It was nothing. O'Connell, it was... me and Felix were just having a test with one of his powers, and it got a little out of hand. I need some help.
Roland, are you okay?
Clementine, I am fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
I just... it was just me and Felix playing around.
She looks you up and down and still has a look of a very concerned child, thinking that looks a little more than just roughhousing, and O'Connell actually crosses her arms and starts shaking her head. This is... what the... This is a little bit more than... Did anyone ever tell you not to fuck around with Tremere?
No one ever told me about what the Tremere could do.
Christ.
I've known maybe one. I don't... I'm gonna need help changing out of this and getting into my new clothes. Can you help me?
Yeah, come on, jackass. And she'll help you over to like your wardrobe, and she'll grab at like, you know, a new shirt and jacket and even an extra like pair of shorts, just because it looks like yours got like, you know, maybe like a bit of a tear from the scuffling. And she'll help you very slowly, like, you know, take the items off. Clementine goes and sits back at the desk and very, you know, kind of coyly just like turns away so you can go ahead and get changed. O'Connell doesn't look really embarrassed at all to help you get changed.
Awesome. And yeah, if it could just be something a little bit higher fancy, since I'm meeting with whatever her name is.
Yep, O'Connell even like figured that she reached out and got like one of your nicer suits and starts helping you get dressed. And as soon as like, you know, you've got most of it on, she just starts like turning the collar and be like, so what are you gonna do this one? Set it on fire? Drown yourself?
Hopefully nothing that exciting. To be honest, I didn't think he had it in him.
Yeah, you're lucky he's probably just a teddy bear, because he probably could have done a lot worse if he wanted to.
Well, now I know, sweetheart.
She's gonna lift up a fist and like look like she's about to punch you in the shoulder, but then actually hold back and put her arm down.
And where is that Benedict? He's run off again.
I don't know. You know him. He's got business, and or maybe he just doesn't want to have business. Everything that happens around here, he probably needed a night off.
I know the feeling. And you have no problem watching over Clementine tonight.
Yeah. No, I'll stay with her, and don't worry about the set tights. She'll be fine.
Thank you, O'Connell. I can't thank you enough for all of this.
Of course. Oh, and I'll be sure to update your security system, change password and everything like that. I don't know how the hell they got down here in the first place, but I can at least make it a little harder.
How many days away are we from the party? I forget.
It was supposed to start Saturday and basically Saturday and Sunday, so that's why Helena wanted to come by this evening and see the club.
Okay, so it is pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. And it's assuming pretty late now. Like Helena should be coming here pretty soon.
Probably, yeah, maybe within the next hour.
Got you. Is there? I probably don't ask this enough, but is there anything you need?
No, you don't have to worry about me.
Also, I'm not sure if you remember this, Spira, but I gave her like $30,000 to kind of renovate the downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's making plans for it.
Okay.
That's why she also said like she was going to fix up the security system. She tonight she's just going to change the password, but she'll get to working on that, making it better.
Awesome. Can you just help me to the elevator and then I'll
Come on, Gimpy. And she will help you over to the elevator, and she'll help you at least like up into the alleyway. She'll obfuscate herself just in case anyone was around the area, and help you like basically back around to the front door.
Wait, hold on. She obfuscated herself? She went hidden?
Yeah.
As soon as she does that, I'll say something. Don't do that.
What are you talking about?
Don't go hidden around me.
One second. Roland, there's people out here. I'm not good at the thing Benedict does.
I don't like the thing Benedict does either. I don't want you hiding like that, especially with me, Mia. Just it breaks my heart every time I see you guys do that.
Yeah, well, I know exactly what a mob of torch-wielding psychos coming after me.
When was the last time? If anyone even saw it, they probably just please.
She's going to gently put her hands, like, on your back and keep pushing you forward toward the front of the club, and then as soon as you get close enough, you'll feel her hands leave your back. I'm gonna go watch Clementine.
Thank you, O'Connell. And, I'll go gimp into the club.
Alright, you make it back into the club, and the bartender and Lucille are still there, just sort of, keeping an eye out, see if you need anything. Felix, where are you? Yeah. Top floor?
No, because I had the drink, I guess I just go there, but, I have my phone out and I'm fiddling with it. I'm calling somebody.
Okay, who are you calling?
Angel. Because if I was going to have someone make a quote-unquote awesome, or I don't even know what he said, but an awesome cane, it would be him. And the first thing he thought was, I guess an awesome cane would be like a sword cane. I wonder if Angel can make that.
Alright, so go ahead and give Angel a call from the bar with your fresh drink of a Bloody Mary, quote unquote.
It tastes weird, but I've had a lot worse in the woods. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
So the sad
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
thing is that the last thing that I said is I'm doing the loudest work that I can possibly do in my shop.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
It could be on like
I-
vibrate though, if it's like a cell
I
phone.
was
in
gonna
your
say,
pocket.
whose phone doesn't vibrate and ring?
For sure. Who has their ringer on?
Then
You know,
again,
I
using
don't think-
a die grinder, it's
I don't think. Oh no. The question is if I would take it out of my pocket. I don't think I would take it out of my pocket because I'm at this point not doing it to get the work done. I'm doing it to keep my head clear.
Fair enough. But you will, obviously get a message. Feel like, do you want to leave a voicemail?
No. By that I mean that I don't think I would have taken the phone out of my pocket, which means after a second I'd be like,
okay.
oh shit. Hello?
Hey, Angel, it's Felix.
Hey, calling me this time. That's no.
Yes, it took a minute. So I need a favor, and I think you know how to do this. Roland needs a cane. I don't want to talk about it over the phone, but do you? He said he wanted something like, I think, quote, a awesome or pimptastic. I don't know. He said he wanted a really cool cane.
Wait. He said pimptastic.
No, I might actually just be making something up. I might have seen it on TV.
Okay, because I ain't met him many times, so I don't feel like the word pimptastic is in his vocabulary.
Yeah. So yeah. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, do you know how to make like a sword cane? I think that would be pretty cool. Or a weaponous cane of some sort.
I
It doesn't have to be
mean,
a sword cane, but
I could probably throw something together. It wouldn't be as nice as some people might, because my deal's cars. But like, I could throw something together. Like, don't get it. It wouldn't be the nicest sword you ever fucking found, but it'd probably be able to cut some shit.
Cool. How long would that take?
Maybe like a night. Like, I think I'm asking Spira. Like it'd take maybe a couple nights, but a
2
night.
at max. I'd say if you actually made it a project, you could do it in a night.
I could probably get that done tonight. Like I'm trying to keep busy tonight, so
That actually be awesome. He might be needing a cane right now.
what?
That I
Why does the kindred suddenly need a cane? Like,
well, it's a funny story that I don't like talking over these electronic things.
all right. Oh shit.
He's just just moving a little slowly, and the third leg would help.
Yeah. I could do that. I guess.
That cool, awesome. I'll give a favor back if you want.
Sounds good. I guess. I guess I'll call you when it's done.
Yeah, sound awesome. Thanks.
Be awkward.
Yeah. Both of them don't know how to say goodbye. They're like, yeah.
No, I'm just like half of his brain is on. Okay, this is not a car. How do I make this? This is not a car.
And somehow Felix has saved you with something thought-provocative to work on.
Oh, he's still gonna have to listen to some loud music, and because he needs to like research what a good cane is.
Alright.
Yeah.
But back at the club at that point, Roland sat nicely at the bar we'll see Helena Panhard walk in, and she is not with Dominic or Yvette. Doesn't look like any set tights Roland is familiar with, though she is flanked by 2 other kindred. It is a young, attractive woman and a similarly quite attractive young man. That is where we will leave Roland and Felix, though. We will get back to the next game and see what Helena has in store for the club. Angel, as well, is going to be working on this cane for Roland. Not sure what exactly he needs it for. Let us check back in with Nate and Kim, however, at the hospital real quick.
So Kim was doing something.
Yes, Kim was heading
I'm
upstairs
going to go talk to my sire.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you don't mind, Frank, I said stay down here, but it would actually be really helpful if you're not uncomfortable with it, if you could maybe wait in the hallway, and this is a huge favor to me. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Frank doesn't know anybody. Frank doesn't give a shit.
All right. Here is a basic pass, so no one asks you why you're standing in the hallway, and she kind of gives him like a generic hall pass, basically. Just wear that on the front of your shirt there, and I'm gonna go talk to him.
Sounds good. Lead the way.
Okay.
So Kim heads up to the second floor and toward Dr. Fargus's office and sees the door closed, but can basically hear him inside working on paperwork and filing some things away.
It kind of like knocks on his door.
Come in.
She like kind of shrugs in the door and closes it behind her. Hi. Sorry. I know you're busy. I just
Evening, Kim. How are those bodies going? I heard about them. You have some interesting cases.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, crazy. I hadn't seen anything like that before, but I got it taken care of, and they're ready to be shipped off to normal investigations or a mortician or whatever. Once we can ID them, but so that's all done. But I have been having a bit of a stressful time recently, and it would be nice if I could take a minute, like maybe a week, and I just bought a new apartment, and I need to move in, and I need to get some things taken care of, and maybe just step back for a minute, and I'll be coming back to work more fresh the week after, if that's all right with you.
You want to take a sabbatical?
Yes, only for a week.
He sighs and, sets down the penny hat in his hand. He shifts some paperwork around on his desk and nods, saying, "Yes, actually, that might be best for you. You haven't seemed exactly on the ball, and as my protege and my underling, I can't have your work becoming poor and then reflecting on me."
Yes. I don't... How does that reflect on you exactly? Doesn't just reflect on me.
Kim, you are my child. I'm not talking about the hospital.
Am I doing poorly?
You have been missing work, and that can cause problems if I have to send down someone else to take care of a body that you should be handling with your specific job. Yes, it can cause problems. Fortunately, so far, nothing of the sort has happened. I'll make sure to have anything that comes through that would otherwise be taken care of by you sorted, else I have resources. I'll take care of it. I'll have the paperwork drawn up for your sabbatical, And if you come back causing similar problems, missing days, going out on adventures, we'll have to have a different sort of talk.
Hold on. I'm not thankful for the vacation, but what kind of talk exactly? I've been trying to learn like I'm supposed to on my own, like you wanted me to, and in order to do that, I needed to help out friends who needed me to help them out, as well as the as well as Claudia and a few others. They've been asking specifically for my help to do things. I haven't just been
Fargus is
slacking
gonna
off.
stand up quickly so that like his chair slides out from behind him and makes a bit of noise. Kim, take your sabbatical. Leave me to finish my work. And please stop having your friends visit me here.
Wait, what? Someone came to you here?
Yes, someone named Angel, apparently an acquaintance of yours.
Yes, he's a good friend. Why did he come to see you?
He was not a fan of our work relationship, apparently. I listened to his complaints and sent him on his way.
You just heard him out.
Well, he was very convincing, so I let him speak.
What did he try to convince you of exactly? You're just not a person easily convinced.
Fargus gives a humorless laugh and says, "To leave you alone, to stop upsetting you, apparently. But being a professional, I expect you can handle some repercussions for missing work."
But yeah. Look, I can understand missing someone, but I have been actually trying to reach out into the community, so to speak, here, and I don't
So take
know
this
what else I'm
week
supposed to do.
and clean up what you need to, and return to work, as you said, fresh.
Yes, but what if they need me again?
I'll handle it. Kim, I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And as you leave, he'll, grab his chair and sit himself back down.
Okay, so she just leaves. Yeah, he's not being as much of a dick to her as he's been in the past, so.
And
Which is
standing
why
outside-
she, said something.
And standing outside is your new friend, Frank.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can, take a week off. Thank you. No, she said the different, sorry.
Sorry, that sounded like something you were saying to Fargus.
No, I stepped out of there.
Could you repeat that then? Because
Yeah, no, I can, she's absolutely still acting like she's just been talking to Fergus. It's like, I can take a week. So I'm gonna come back, better than I have been.
well, that's a start. Hopefully it
Yeah.
does you some good. Give you time to think about yourself.
I hope so too. Thank you. That helped. Thank you.
I'm glad I helped. I'm not sure what I
I'm
said.
so sorry that I dragged you into this. I'm so sorry.
No, please, Kim, don't apologize. I'm not sure what I said that helped. I just was being me.
Well, being you helped. Thank you. If there's anything that you need, don't hesitate to ask.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. You've already done a lot for me, but thank you.
Of course. I won't tell anybody we're here. Thank you.
I wasn't. Frank was here.
Exactly. Okay, well, let me walk you downstairs, and thanks so much for your help. If you need anything else before you go.
I think I'm good, but I do have some things to see to, but I'll talk to you later. Let me know how things go.
Yeah. I'm going to finish up here and not come back for a week, and that's going to feel good, I hope. So...
Hopefully it feels fantastic.
All right. You have a good one.
You too.
All right, so Kim returns to work, just informed that a dear friend of hers was speaking with her sire. And Nate, I believe, will be heading towards the Rebel's Kiss to meet up with Roland.
Not really to meet up with Roland. I was just going for a drink.
All right, fair enough.
Thing is how I just blew through a lot of points.
All right, and Ike, you left your sire's apartment after learning a very new special technique and being told to continue pushing yourself. Where will you be heading next?
Probably checking in with Big Dog, just to see if maybe that got me any monies for what I did. And, I think Ike's gonna wander for a bit. I don't think he knows exactly where to go for this. Or what to do about this.
All right, well, you'll have some time to think about it. This is where we're going to wrap this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Little announcement is that next week we won't be having New York by Night. I will be away for work. Our schedule in general is going to be a little scattered, so definitely join the Discord if you haven't already. And if you have, just check the announcement channel. We'll be posting things there when we're going to be playing games. Might be doing some makeup sessions since we're going to miss some days here and there. One of our players next weekend is going to have something up, so we're going to be visiting them and doing stuff. And then, yeah, so the rest of the month is going to be a little wishy-washy, but keep an eye on the announcements. And then Halloween night is Tuesday, so we probably won't be playing New York by Night, but Kozark and I will probably stream something or another. So if you're losers like us not going anywhere, definitely check it out and hang out with us. Alright, thanks everybody who came out to watch. Check us out on YouTube if you want to catch up on old episodes. And yeah, we will see you sooner or later. Bye everybody.
Good night.